Hello and welcome to the GameSpot After Dark podcast live, the second live one. And I've just been informed that I've screwed up a tweet.
I'm sorry for doing that. Just as
literally-
Jean-Luc said, like three. Tam, your ad didn't work in the tweet.
The thing is, like, I could leave it, but I look like such a massive boomer if I leave it. Why can I hear myself?
Oh, headphones.
That's headphones. Hold on.
I was like, what?
Okay.
There we
my
go.
choice, I'm gonna delete it because I don't want to look like a boomer on the internet. There's nothing worse than looking like a boomer.
Apparently,
on the
nothing.
internet. Yeah, it'll be fine. But you are listening and watching the GameSpot After Dark podcast. This is our second live one. I feel like last week was good as a first attempt. What are you laughing at?
I wasn't laughing. I still feel bad because you have the cough. And I'm like,
Yeah, I have the cough. I've got the Rona cough.
Here we should get
And-
your
and-
mic.
And everyone decided to sit really close to me. They were like, "You just sit next to you." This is real close. But I would like to once again remind everyone that I have beaten the Rona, but in many ways the Rona has beaten me. Because I hit up my doctor and I was like, "I've had this cough for a really
hit
long
on your
time."
doctor? What?
I hit up my doctor.
Oh.
I would hit on my doctor, Ian. He's quite cool.
Ian?
His name's Ian. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
why are you first naming your doctor? I call mine Jessica.
My doctor was like, my doctor was super chill. He was like, "Hey, what's going on? Let's chill. Let's talk." He's like, "Oh, you like video games? I like video games too, etc., etc. You're not dying. Get out of here."
Oh, that's good.
So like, he was like, "Yeah, you'll probably have this cough between 1 month and forever." And I was like,
Oh.
"Okay,
good,
sweet.
okay.
Thanks, Ian.
Cool,
nice
cool,
one.
cool.
Cool. So I am gonna be coughing a lot, but I promise you, I will not be infecting anyone, which is exciting for me.
And me.
And for the rest of
And,
you.
I'm about
and
to say.
everyone. Like, what the hell are you on about? Exciting for you.
But yeah, I am joined, as always, in the studio, exciting times, by Jean-Luc Seipke.
Hello. Hi. Hey. What's
How you
up?
doing, Jean-Luc?
Pretty good. All right. I'm
You
extremely.
went from. No, I'm gonna
Yeah?
need some consistency. You went from pretty good to all right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm pretty all right.
Explain.
Oh, that's fine. It's Thursday. Thursday is like always like a low day for me, like
Yeah.
energy wise. Like I bring it back up for the podcast, but like I'll tell you right now, like in the
feeling
morning, I'm always just like I'm really like slogging my way
Yeah.
through it. You know.
Yeah, Jordan Ramey, how are you in the morning?
In the morning, always tired and usually annoyed because my cat has been screaming at me for the past like 5
Oh, yeah.
minutes to
Yeah,
feed
yeah.
her, and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, please."
Wow, don't talk to your cat like that, please.
I bully her all the time.
What's your cat's name?
Penny.
Fanny.
Penny.
Oh my god. I thought you
What?
said Fanny. I
Fanny.
heard Fanny and I was like, what?
Oh my god.
Is it-
Penny.
Can't Fanny be a name in America?
Oh yeah,
though?
there's-
Yeah, it's
there
just
are.
why
I
we
have met
know.
multiple humans named Fanny, and each time I'm like,
That would not fly in the UK.
yeah,
What's Fanny short for?
Fangina. I don't know.
I can see the little wheels
I can
turning.
see it.
It's
Go-
like-
Is it not Fangina?
No, like Francis? That's Franny.
Oh,
Oh,
the actual
sure.
name.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about something else entirely.
No.
My bad.
I was like, what the? Hang on. Fanny name.
Wait, what is it?
Oh,
short
it's
for?
meant to be from, oh, it's got a lot. Feminine name, origins given diminutives of the French name Francis.
Francis.
And of the name Estefani?
Gwen Estefani.
And an uncommon Spanish version of Stephanie.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. That was, of course, Lucy James. How
Hello.
you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, we're getting into Fanny lore.
Oh, I love getting into Fanny.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Hi everyone. It's me.
Yes.
I also have middling feelings about Thursdays, but then again, I'm always tired. So.
Yeah, Thursdays are a good day for me, generally. But
Why?
it's because, you're close to Friday. Like, I feel the energy of, like, one more day. Today might be a good one, actually, because Friday, this is a weird one. Friday is, like, tomorrow, like, is the first day before the 4th of July weekend, right?
Oh yeah.
So a lot of us are going to be like, leaving a bit early tomorrow.
Oh, all right for some.
Hmm?
Don't start a video team fucking every
That's
second
right.
week off.
Every
You're just
single
pissing off.
time. What the fuck?
We are here at like fucking 8 p.m. most days doing live news. You motherfuckers are gone the moment it hits 5 o'clock. You're like, I guess my Premiere Pro doesn't work after 5. Whereas we're here in like early hours, getting up doing Nintendo Directs at ridiculous times.
Look,
No,
I have
that's John Luke and Tay's
I was gonna say I have
burden.
yeah I've had to get up for some goddamn like Tokyo Game Show at like 4
Oh, yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Also,
But
I have
the-
stayed into the office until
Yes.
2
But
in the
the-
morning.
the
amount of
I have
times
paid
it's
my
been like-
dues. I have paid my
What are
dues.
you talking
the amount
about?
of times it's been like, oh, we've all got a recharge day, and all of editorial is like, we can't take those days because we've got stuff to do. But meanwhile, videos like, yeah, we're gone for 4 days.
The entire
later.
video team is gone, and the
Yeah,
editorials
it's
are like, all right,
we're
2
like,
of you can
okay.
take off this day,
Yeah,
and
we
then
have to
2 of you can do
coordinate.
this day.
We normally coordinate pretty well.
Do you?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just be a lesson to you. Let that be a lesson to you. Don't ever talk shit about editorial.
When did I talk shit about editorial? I was talking just shit about you.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But Friday, we're probably all going to be pissing off a little bit early.
yeah, I was
like
going to
a
go
couple
work
of
from Jen and Greg's store.
hours. Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's fine. I've already told everyone that I manage and people who also I don't manage, but I do oversee that they are expected to leave early tomorrow.
Excellent.
So
Get
it's like
out.
the Friday feeling is happening today. I'm like going away from tomorrow, so I'm like, I won't be able to have my usual Friday chicken wings, which means I could technically have them on Thursday.
Tonight.
And today is Thursday.
Do it.
Which means, are you streaming today?
I am. I'll go stream the
I
Quarry.
could get chicken wings and watch Lucy stream. That could be a good Thursday evening
That's a nice
activity.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Even though you don't like the Quarry.
Yeah, but I want to see you play through the remainder of the Quarry and see.
That's the thing about.
I want to see whether you do the thing where you're like, I like this, or if you do the thing where you're like, I don't like this, but I'm just gonna be very positive.
So when we
No, you'll notice in those cases, I'm just like,
Yeah, not saying much. Yeah.
So whenever we beat a game like the Quarry or like a Telltale game, Georgia will do this thing where she immediately goes and watches like all of her favorite YouTubers and streamers like play through that game.
Yeah.
And she just judges the shit out of them. So she'll
Damn.
just be like,
Yeah, that's me watching
Oh,
all of Lucy's
yeah.
streams.
they got Ryan. Ryan killed Jacob like super early. He like fucked up so bad. I mean, she'll just like tell me all this shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I was by the
Yeah.
end of that game. I was trying to kill everyone.
oh,
I
I
was
mean,
like
there's a
de-
character that
I was
Actively
Desperate.
trying to get
Sure.
people to die.
All right, okay.
You got one of them killed.
No,
You-
no. I'm not gonna spoil, but I hated her so much that there was a bit where I could have saved her, and both decisions could have, I assume, like fended off
Yeah.
whatever would happen. And I just put my controller down. I was like,
Do you know what the funny thing is?
die.
She's actually the best character by the end.
Shut up, no.
Yes.
wait.
Everyone
which
else.
one? Wait, is that the character that you shouldn't say the name of?
I think it's. I mean, like, I think it's. She's dead in your game. I
Yeah.
finished it. You finished.
I finished it.
So like, it's for anyone, and like anyone, she could be kept alive. Or so
Yeah.
it's not really a spoiler. But what is her name again?
Emma.
Emma.
Oh, Emma. Okay,
the
okay,
YouTuber.
Emma.
So she's
Yeah.
annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
And then in that scene, if you do everything right, you realize she's incredibly competent. Like she's just like. Bear spray, fucking punch, closed door, down thing, and she's like absolutely like destroying this monster constantly. And I was like, I was gonna kill her in that scene, and then I did some of the QTs, and I was like, okay, she's annoying, but she's competent.
She's proved herself.
Everyone else,
She deserves to live.
everyone else, just like a downslide for the rest of the game. Everyone gets shitter and shitter.
She was such a bitch, and I just
She
I
is.
could
She
not
is.
I could
Sometimes
not abide
they
she
it.
just
is.
live.
Well, maybe
She's
they
such
should.
a bitch, but like at least she's smart and she knows what she's doing.
She's
Everyone
crafty.
else from this point on, like for me, I was like, I don't understand any of you. Like you're all behaving like absolute lunatics. I want all of you to die, especially Ryan. Is his
Yes.
name?
Oh,
Ryan,
dude,
yeah,
I
Ryan.
hate Ryan.
He gets worse and worse.
He
and
does,
worse.
and I don't-
By the end of the game, I was like. I was convinced that he's in on everything because I was like,
Okay,
"You are so bad that you're in on
I
this."
think what summed
There's
up like
no
my
way.
feelings on Ryan is like there's a scene where Ryan and another character like have to interact with each other for the first time.
Yeah.
And there's like this extended scene, and every line of dialogue between those two characters
bad.
is like the worst dialogue ever. And I was like,
understand if Ryan, like the actor who plays Ryan, and normally I don't like the
Justice
shit.
Smith?
I don't know who that is.
He's in Detective Pikachu.
Never seen it.
He's in what
And
else
he's-
is he?
he's
He's
good
in a
in that.
bunch of different things.
and so like in that scene, I was like, wow. And I'm sitting there being like, it's just like their attempt to do like quippy writing just awful. But then the
Jurassic
next
World.
scene, goes to
I've seen that.
Dylan and Caitlin in a scene together, and they're also being quippy 1,000 times more likable though.
Yeah.
So it's just like I feel bad. I feel bad for the actor because I don't want it to be his fault. I don't know if it is his fault, but something about the way
looking bored as
He looks
shit.
Brian.
bored as fuck. He like his writing is genuinely like he's written in a way where they use him to push past plot holes, like constantly. The amount of plot holes that appear where he's just like actively like ignoring them.
He's like, well, wait
You're
a
like,
minute, that wouldn't happen.
What are you doing? Why are you behaving like this? And then there's that one other character who shows up later who I
Was my favorite character
for like 5 minutes. For like 5 minutes. Or like there's like
No, for that whole chapter.
There's
that
one chapter where you're like, she's
No,
good. I
and
like
then the
her.
second she has to interact with
Interact
Ryan.
with the rest of them, they're all bad, yeah.
No, it's like Ryan's like badness like infected her.
There is one scene where she makes a facial expression that is just a perfect recreation of Lucy's face.
What?
There is just
What?
a scene where she's like, I don't know if you ever get, but like, there's a moment, Lucy, where she's gonna be in a bathtub.
A bathtub.
Just don't hold your breath.
Oh, I didn't get that scene. I didn't
There's
do
a
that.
scene where
I didn't do
she's-
that.
Don't hold
so
your breath.
confused.
Because she does the like the Lucy James looking for a dip from the distance, like a full extend neck.
Oh no!
And then like doing the like the
Oh, I felt
white people thin lips face. That, and I looked at it, and you can see me on stream. I just laughing.
I was gonna say if there's a clip of it.
there is a clip of it. I can find.
Don't. Yeah, okay.
Vamp for me for a minute, but, but like Jean-Luc, you've played it now.
Yes.
That's the top of what you're kind of like what you've been playing.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
I did end up actually enjoying it quite a bit, like despite my issues with it, because I agree. Like I think everything we said is like on point. I was really frustrated with Ryan. It's got a lot of weird inconsistencies, but I also think I just still had like a really fun time with it. I think it has like a lot of like very fun characters. Like Dylan's great.
Love Dylan.
Caitlin's great, mostly because it's just Brenda's song, and Brenda's song's great.
I would say, did you play by yourself or did you play it?
No, I played it with Georgia. So.
Okay, maybe that could have possibly
Oh,
helped. Like just
sure.
making fun of the
Yeah.
people with someone else there.
Yeah, and then her like judging me when I like fuck up horribly and get
Yeah.
someone killed, which was fun. I did fuck up the ending really bad. I got
Hang on.
characters killed.
Oh no!
This doesn't really play on the
Wait.
audio.
We'll make sure to. Can you?
Do you have a way to show that?
Can you
You know you've done that face before. I've seen it. I've seen that too many times in my life.
I don't know if you want to
You
drop
can
it
see
in
you can
Twitch
see it in
chat.
the camera. You can see it in the
Oh
camera.
you
my
totally
god! That's. I mean, we'll make sure to drop
I
it
have
in
this
the
exact image
podcast
somewhere.
feed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I
the
have
audio
this
Oh my
people.
exact
God.
image of you doing this face.
She looks like a turtle. I felt really bad today because I dropped in. We have like a Giant Bomb Discord, and I dropped in I quit, and then I dropped in a screenshot of a comment someone had left, but it took so long to upload that Jan was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "No, I'm sorry." But it was because someone tweeted me in response to I was on Game Mess Mornings yesterday, and someone just replied to the clip that we posted with, "Lucy, you got such a long neck, you're like a giraffe," and I was like, "Oh." But now I'm a
I put a
turtle.
link in the chat for Twitch for people
excellent,
to click
excellent.
it and see
And
it.
yeah, we'll make sure it's
But
on the
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, we'll make sure to link that on podcast as well.
But yeah.
God damn.
So yeah, carry on. What did you make of it?
I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's like we were saying, kind of a lot of inconsistencies, but I think it does enough well that I had a fun ride with it. You know, it helps that I did get like the quote like
Good ending.
good ending, I guess. Like so, like Jacob. Why did I say Jacob? His name's Jake.
His name is Jacob, isn't it?
Well, it is Jacob. But we
Yeah,
call him
but I
Jake.
don't know. I have never called him
I've
Jacob.
never called him Jacob before. I don't know.
Like maybe as
you're talking about the...
No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
Jake Decker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Jacob
You were talking
McCall.
about, no, Jacob, the character in the game.
No, I was talking about Jake Decker, who I call Jacob for some reason.
I'm so
Decker.
confused.
Like,
Like, oh,
Batman.
hang on. As a test to see if he listens to this, because he's not on the show today, can we all just refer to him as Jacob?
Jacob only.
Jacob.
Like,
Jacob.
just,
Okay.
Jacob
just call him
Decker.
Jacob.
Sure. Okay. All right.
Jacob,
so,
I don't know what his middle name is.
Louis in the chat goes, the Podfall's Christian name.
So Jacob last week was talking about how he had his ending just didn't make sense and felt like it was missing scenes. Having beaten that game, I know exactly what he's talking about, because if there's I want to say one or two specific characters where you could have made a choice very early on that would completely just negate getting that ending, where you essentially kind of reveal the missing pieces of the story. And so I was like, yeah, that would really suck to not get that. But I also kind of, I don't know, in theory I like that they kind of do that. I think that's kind of interesting, but I also didn't experience that crushing disappointment.
Yeah,
so
I had
I
those-
could completely feel differently.
I had those moments where the game was cutting to between different things, but it was clear that they had been removed because of the way the game was played by me. So it would cut, and then nothing would happen, and then it would cut.
I would have that
I'd be
too,
like-
right? Where it's fade in, characters are like, "Hey, how's it going?" They're like, "Pretty good." Fades out, and you're like,
Yeah.
What?
Okay,
Something
clearly,
should have happened here.
This
The
was
game-
meant to be a
this
scene
might
where
be a spoiler, but at the end of the game, it fully does here's a picture of the character's face, a bit of text with what happens. To
No.
them. Yes.
It does. It
Stop
does.
it.
It does
It
do
does
that.
that. And
It does do that.
I got that for every single character, and the way my game concluded, I was like, that was shit. I want my time back. It was
Right.
awful. It was the way it concluded was, it put me in a decision-making moment where where I made the decision in a split second because it was the only reasonable thing to do.
Sure.
They're like, oh, you could do this or you could try this, and you're like, why would I ever do that? That's insane. You've not made a good compelling case for this other thing. So I immediately was like, press this button, and then it just cuts to end of game, and it's and Poochie went back to his planet, and I was like, okay,
It did that. It did that for me too, and so I'll admit, I think it could use it needed a little bit more at the end, right?
No one at the end of mine, no one talks to each other and is like, damn, dude, that sucked. I'm glad we made it out though.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I can't
no-
wait
no-
for someone to
Although-
suggest the Quarry makes top 10 of the year to damn
No,
space.
it's
just
not.
because-
It's a fun game. It's a fun time. I'm not going to make it.
It's
I will not make that
schlocky.
argument.
The other thing I don't like about it, and it's become more and more prevalent, is all the environments are empty, and you're not doing anything in them.
Yeah, I mean, I just
into a
walk
room.
from one to another, and then I
Well, it's
usually ask
trying
chat
to find
have
the
I
evidence.
have
Yeah.
I missed?
There's nothing there though. Most of
card.
the room, you go into a room, it's a big barn, and it's just here's a barn. There's nothing.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
do the thing where I walk around everything,
Right.
and I'm always like, why did I do that? There's clearly nothing here. The only thing that I need to do is move from these environments.
Mm-hmm.
At which point I'm just annoyed by the fact that I'm basically moving from point to point in the most boring way possible.
Yeah.
I mean,
And-
part of me wishes at some points where it's you can play that movie mode or whatever.
Oh,
which
sure.
is just
that
kind
seems
of-
like the way to play it.
Yeah.
but this is
Did
just
did you stay through the credits? Did you listen to the credits?
one of the worst end credits I've
kind of liked it. I liked it. I liked the credits.
What?
So the end credits again.
I mean,
Spoiler.
I'm
Here's the
gonna be
thing.
playing it.
Every
Well,
bit
that's-
of-
we about to
I
spoiler
liked
cast
it.
for
at
the
the
Quarry?
beginning of the game, they present you with this idea where hey, we need to collect evidence because no one's going to believe this. So they
Yeah.
start collecting evidence.
Yeah, no one's
And I
gonna
was
believe
like,
us, even though we have fucking phones where we take
everyone's
pictures.
phone is on 10% and lasts for 10 hours. And I'm like, how are you doing this? Everyone's filming shit and they're taking pictures. I'm like, what are your batteries? What are your
Oh
phones?
yeah,
This
they
is
do
insane.
establish the battery thing, and
Right
then
at
that
the
never
beginning,
comes
no
up again.
one's
You're
charged
right.
their phone,
Yeah,
and
you're
then
right.
all of their phones last the entire game. And
You
I'm
are
like,
right.
What
They-
are you talking
They
about?
do drop that.
But I was like, okay, so at some point there's going to be a scene where we try and convince a cop or something like that what's going on. All of that is so that at the end of the game, there's a couple of really fucking annoying characters that are introduced, and they're podcasters for that podcast that whatever his name is listening to. And they do a full podcast episode about what happened at the Quarry, where they talk through the evidence, and it is the most
somebody-
annoying thing I have ever seen.
Somebody sends them a box with all the evidence you collected,
Evidence, yeah.
and then they go through it, and it's convincing the other person like that
And,
really
like,
happened.
it's-
I liked it. I thought it was
But
funny
it's like
and
scripted.
interesting.
It's like scripted, but they're like trying to make it sound natural like a podcast, but it's clearly scripted. And it goes on for a really
it goes on
long
too
time.
long, and there were definitely like weird dips where you're like, okay, just like kind of get through this. But I liked the idea a lot, and I was like, you know what, that's clever and fun.
I'm
It just
enjoying
did not work for me because I was trying to skip it. I was like, please, there's got to be. And
Well,
it
I
would
think,
not let
I
you
think
skip.
this game.
an F4
I feel like this game is the perfect example of just like how like your video game, the slight differences in your experience can like dramatically alter the way you feel about a game.
Yeah.
Well, you know, because it's just like you can have such a wildly different experience just depending on your choices or how you happen to feel about just like the certain way like the acting is, because it's like, I don't know, it's really hard to like write a coherent story, right? Like to like write like a coherent movie, just from like start to finish. Even a movie as like simple as this would be difficult. They have to write like a good version of this story, and then they have to write 20 like not as good versions of this story with scenes missing.
The thing is, like,
And it's like, but to make them all try and be good must be incredibly difficult.
I have thought I think they did it with Until Dawn. Like Until Dawn, I think they nailed it. Like
yes and no. I think the difference is that in this game, I think they try to take a risk by making it have more variations than Until Dawn, and I think that's what messes it up. Because Until Dawn, when you go back and you play through multiple times, you kind of realize that there are some characters that just straight up have plot armor, and like there is like YouTube videos of people who are like, I think there's a scene where it's like Mike and he's running away. You can fail every single QuickTime event, and nothing happens to him at all.
I kind of like prefer that than having like massive chunks of a story removed because of the absence of a character.
I know, it's like, in theory,
because like at the end of the day, like characterization, kind of like character stuff, flaws that you can look at, you can then like kind of hand wave away if it all comes together in an interesting way. Whereas this game, like you can kill off a character, and the sacrifice you're making is the end story is not going to be as compelling, which is what happened to me, because I was like, and like surprisingly, only one character in mine died. So like everyone was there except for one person, and the story was still not good. And I was like, I don't understand what's going on here.
Right.
Like, it's not
in theory, the ideal thing would be something like Until Dawn, but they would do a better job of hiding the plot armor that some characters have.
Oh my god, it did this thing that drove me wild. Like, I was like so mad. There's a moment where you're fighting a monster and you have a shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the monster is like coming towards you, and like it's like, okay, you got to pick the perfect moment. Earlier in the game, what's her name? Kristen?
Caitlin?
Caitlin is like,
Brenda Song.
I'm awesome at shooting.
Oh yeah, and they
like,
just don't give her the gun.
They don't give her a gun for ages because she's like, I'm awesome at shooting, and then she's just like gun shy for the rest of the game. And it's
Why
like,
not?
And like she's not like, I'm good at shooting. She's like, watch me shoot all this shit.
That didn't happen to me. She actually got a gun very early in my playthrough.
Okay,
she did lose
but
it.
Like she goes, that's the thing. She gets robbed almost instantly, and you're like, what is wrong with you? But like she makes big pains. She goes to big pains to say, this shotgun has got like a weird spread, so make sure you're basically shooting at the right moment effectively. So like the monster is about to attack me, right? I shot it once and it kind of missed. So I was like, okay, I need to wait for the right moment. Yeah. So it does the thing where it edges closer, and I was like, okay, biding my time so I can get it into the right shooting distance, as all shotguns do. Moves closer, still very far away from me, like end of the table far away from me. The game just cuts to it killing me. Like from the other side of the room. I'm like,
what? It didn't have the red danger.
No, it just was like, it was like super far away from me. I was like, I'm gonna let it take one more step closer so I can get all the buckshots into this one enemy, and it'll be perfect. And I was aiming as well. Like I was just waiting for my moment, and it just like cut to me being killed. And I was like, okay, well, that sucks.
That does suck.
Which I found really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's got a bunch of like weird little quirks like that keep it from being as good as it could be. But I don't know, for whatever reason, it just like the vibe of it all just like worked for me, and I just like still had a
Can't
good
be
time.
horror.
Yeah, can't be
Can't
horror.
Be horror works for
I still think Until Dawn's the better game overall for sure.
Yeah.
One thing I hated about it was I thought the music choices were fucking
good.
awful.
Yeah.
Like there's the one at the beginning, the Ariana Grande
How
song
much
at
of
the
this
beginning.
ending? How much are they spending if they get an Ariana Grande?
Well, the Ariana Grande one was fine. I was like, oh, okay, like kind of setting the tone.
Wait till you get to the ending theme.
Is it worse than This Girl Is on Fire from Borderlands 3?
That one's.
That one was actually funny though.
Well,
that was a
good for you
joke.
because I didn't get it.
Yeah, that was a good joke.
My
but-
game just went silent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they were like, we finished the game, they were all laughing, and I was just like, what?
It's just the credits.
No,
Yeah,
there's like 2 tracks at play in like kind of like the 8th and 9th chapter at the end,
boy.
and I was just sitting there being like,
Modern
what
or...
No, they were going for some like twangy indie kind of thing. It was
Just
the
so
tone
weird,
of it was
man.
so
It's
bad.
so weird.
It was
I feel
really
like
weird.
also like
Is it-
they really needed someone to do like a cringe check on the entire script.
Sure.
I
offer my services
Supermassive,
as a
I offer my
cringe.
services. Any game developer, if you want a cringe check on your script,
Yeah.
just let me know and I'll tell you whether it's cringe or not. Because the amount of times I've been like, a boomer wrote that. 100% a
Yeah.
boomer wrote that.
Pretty
Or
much
like,
every line of dialogue that
pretty
Ryan
much every
says.
line of dialogue is like, no one cringe check this at all. 'cause
But
it was bad.
again, like Dylan, like I thought Dylan as an example, like every time he talked, it was like
yeah.
it worked.
Dylan is my favorite.
I think Dylan's.
Actually, also,
My favorite.
character Jacob, not Podfather Jacob, is my favorite because he's a himbo.
He's good too.
Abby was my favorite.
I liked Jacob.
I like Abby
He does
too.
kind of disappear in the
No,
second half.
my sweet boy.
He comes back.
He comes back, but I was missing him. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I was just like, I kind of disappeared from the plot.
He comes back for like no reason. He's just like,
But I do think that's one thing I kind of give the Quarry over Until Dawn is as much as I like hated some of the characters in the Quarry, there are some characters that I really got attached to. I don't know if I really cared about any of the characters in Until Dawn. Like thinking back on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like I found them to be archetypal in a way that made sense for the genre. Like
Yeah.
you don't really care about like
Yeah.
Sydney in Scream, do you? Really? You
Yeah,
just wanna-
that's what I got
you
for
have a-
Until Dawn. Like
yeah.
these are like
Yes.
Scream character
Yes.
Yeah,
archetypes.
Until Dawn is
Like-
very much trying
Whereas-
to wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You
Yeah,
know exactly
everyone's
what this is.
disposable. You might have your
Yeah.
faves, pick them, let's go. Whereas this game, like they want you to invest in these characters, and they're all unlikable. Like almost all of them. Dylan's good. Abby's good, but like she's likable because she's very innocent and sweet.
Sure.
Like Dylan is like he's the kind of like charismatic kind of weird person. Although he has some moments where you're like, why are you being a creep, man? That's very strange.
Why are you doing it?
Yeah, and then what's her name? Brenda Song's character is like
Type A.
inconsistent. She's like 1 minute she's like, oh yeah, I'm badass. I'm gonna do all this stuff. The next minute she's like, I've lost my gun. What do you mean?
To
we
be,
have
to be
walk?"
fair, I identify with that a lot.
But there's a
So
bit
I'm
where
like-
she's like, we're gonna do this, and then someone's like, great, let's begin this 2-mile walk. And she's like, 2 miles.
That's no. That's me. That's me.
What are you talking about? A minute ago you were like, we have to save everyone, and now you're like worried about a
no.
slight walk. It's like 20 minutes max. Calm down.
I relate. I
yeah,
can relate.
2 miles is not that far, Lucy.
It can be.
It's just-
When you're tired and
I mean, if it's
shotguns are
uphill,
heavy.
sure.
I live
You've
at
been
the top
running
of a
from
hill.
monsters all night? 2-mile walk?
I would
Oh my
not
gosh.
be.
Ugh.
Yeah,
It's
I would
fine.
not be running.
I mean, that game's
I'd hide.
fine. Like it's.
Did you post it on your Twitter?
No, I posted that picture of Lucy Emma face many days ago.
Did you tag me in it? Because I totally missed
No.
it.
I just put it in as thequarry.jpg. But I can retweet it with like this is Lucy James, and that'll be fine. What else have you been playing, John Luke?
I've been playing more Neon White, although I don't really have much to say other than like, hey, Neon
Just
White's
playing
cool.
it.
Yeah, it's like it's still good. I think have felt more of the cringiness in the dialogue the further I've gotten in that you guys were talking about. Like at the beginning I was like, oh yeah, like I don't mind the dialogue, and now I'm like, no, okay. The more I'm going into this, it's a bit much. It's a bit online-y.
I honestly, I'm scrolling through. I remapped I rebound my keys to get maximum like card shuffling.
Like a speedrunner.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
put that on the wheel, so I'm not like trying to faff around. But yeah, the dialogue stuff, I'm definitely
Yeah, I'm just like
Yeah,
I'm
like I'm
That's
a little
unfortunate.
intrigued. I'm a
In-
little intrigued in the narrative aspect of
Yeah.
like, oh, I kind of want to know where it's going, and sort of like, oh, what's like the twists. But yeah, some of the character writing, I'm like, ugh.
It's a little unfortunate. It doesn't like ruin the fact that like it's still like a great game,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh, one
gameplay
of the
wise.
best-
But
yeah,
it's one of those
the best-
things that's
yeah.
like, but if it was a great game gameplay wise and the story was like
Yeah.
really good,
then it would be like game of the year material
Yeah.
for me easily.
Yeah.
I mean, it still is like
Top 10.
definitely going to be my top 10.
100%.
I think the it's more egregious because of the pace of the actual game is so quick.
Yeah.
Like, it's such
It
a
like really
blistering pace.
yanks you
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
There's whiplash when you suddenly cut to like a solid 5 minutes of like visual novel where nothing interesting is happening.
Yeah. I'll go
Um,
to this bar.
Yeah, let's
I
go to
guess.
this thing.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's got an interesting concept more than it has execution. Also, a game that could have done with a cringe check on that script.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Same, yes.
Massively.
Yes.
Again,
Yeah.
Same thing.
what's his name? The guy who made
Ben
it? Ben
Esposito?
Esposito. If you need a cringe check, let me know. I'll take a look at your script.
Is
and
that the
tell
name
you.
of this episode? Cringe,
Cringe
check.
check.
Cringe check.
I might open an actual like a
Service?
consulting
No,
page.
you cannot do more things. You are already doing too many
Oh, there's,
things.
wait, there's hit detection, the game consulting.
Yeah,
agency.
and
What
cringe
was-
check.
Cringe check.
Cringe check. I will check your script for any cringe and like make sure that the kids aren't gonna be like, look at these fucking weirdos trying to be
I would
cool.
love for there to be a game one day that I'm playing where in the credits it just says Tamoor
Cringe
Hussain,
checker.
cringe
Cringe
checker.
I'll do it. I'll tell you what. If you're a video game developer out there and you want a cringe check, I'll do it for free. I'll do you
No,
one for free.
damn.
Yeah, I mean,
At Quarry
Free.
Barlog.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
God of
Anyone,
War.
I will do a cringe check for free. And I'm an authority because I've never posted cringe. So I know.
I'm just gonna go through your Twitter feed right now.
You can. There's a lot of questionable content on there, but none of it's cringe. None of it's cringe.
Rest of the episode, Lucy's just silent and she's just
Yeah,
slowly
don't worry.
scrolling.
Scrolling
Scrolling.
I'm gonna genuinely look into making a company called Cringe
Oh
Check.
my
I'd hire you.
Great, thank you. I'll get to.
If you don't think I can whoop every American president's ass, unfollow me.
There you go. That's not cringe.
It's not
just
cringe,
truth.
but I
cringe.
didn't even know you.
It's true. Yeah, everyone keeps telling me that Taft would beat me. That's not happening. Every fucking president is washed. I would kill them. Firstly, if those presidents were moved to this time and age to fight me, they would die immediately because their like immune systems are not built for modern day.
Was it?
That's true. I mean, neither are ours.
I would cough on all presidents
Yeah,
and they would
they
all
would
die because they're just not built for it.
I mean, there was the one president who got shot during a speech, and
He's
then
the
got
one,
back up.
and that's just an indictment of whoever tried to assassinate him being really bad shot.
Okay, fair enough. I mean,
Like, if that was me, I'd be like nailing that first time.
This podcast about to be
There's-
put on a watch list. Blacklisted.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for cringe.
There's no
by
cringe.
the
I'm
way.
telling you, there's no.
This is
cringe.
this is cringe corner.
cringe
Yeah.
corner.
I'm in cringe corner.
Okay.
Well, something that isn't cringe that I've been watching. It's
Okay.
very good.
Mm.
I don't know if you've all been watching it. Our flag means death.
Oh, I haven't started
Yeah,
yet.
my partner just showed that to me. We
So
binged through all
good.
10 episodes.
Okay, we're 2 episodes left.
Okay.
Dude, it's so.
That's a really
it's
good
so-
show.
It's so good. So, for those who don't know, it is about a man named Steve Bonnet, who is the gentleman pirate, and he is like.
He is the annoying guy that Edward meets at the beginning of Black Flag. Steve Bonnet.
Yes. So so that's the thing.
Steve Ballmer, what's going on?
Steve Bonnet, the
Steve Bonnet.
annoying dude who saves
Yeah.
Edward at the beginning of Black Flag, is
Yeah.
the
Steve
protagonist.
So that was a thing I did not realize until halfway through. Is that
a real person.
he was a
Yeah.
real person? Because I was like going through and I'm like,
It's
this-
Assassin's Creed. Pretty much everyone but the protagonist is like
I
a real
totally
person.
forgot about Steve Bonnet in that thing. But
I mean-
I was like watching this, being like, oh, it's a fun pirate show and this and that. And, you know, they got a couple things like Blackbeard, and then they're like, no, Steve Bonnet was a real man who in like the 1700s had a midlife crisis and left his family to
Yeah.
go become a pirate
Yeah.
and was a miserable failure at it. And I was like, what?
Just like in Black Flag.
Yeah. I mean, the only part that's fictional is that he definitely did not like fall in love with Blackbeard. That didn't happen. But it
who's
could
to
have
say?
been.
I think
Who's
they might
to say?
actually.
No. They apparently did interact.
Oh, okay.
But it's what happened was Blackbeard basically like coerced him into like, give me your ship so that I can add it to my fleet, and then he used it to like win this really big battle.
But who's to say that's not just like someone who admired Blackbeard trying to rewrite the history around him and be like, maybe it was a homophobe who wrote like Blackbeard's history.
Maybe.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah, maybe Blackbeard was really like, yeah. who
Maybe
knows?
Blackbeard was a top
GTF.
shagger.
It's really funny though. It's just top tier comedy, top tier actors in it. It's like Taika Waititi is like Blackbeard is like
Solid
and
choice.
Reese Darby.
amazing. Reese Darby is Steve Bonnet is so good.
keep
Leslie
meaning
Jones.
Ooh,
is in it.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Yes. She is fantastic. Just everyone. And then there's
I
like
say that she also is a real person in history. Right? I cannot remember the
Spanish
name.
Jackie?
Yeah, Spanish Jackie. I think that's a real
is she also a real person?
Spanish Jackie?
Yeah,
that's the
I want to
character's
say
Yeah, I
that
think so.
there's.
Wow.
Was Spanish Jackie a real person?
Were they?
Leslie Jones plays. Oh my god.
Because Calico Jack is also in.
Screenrant.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
Calico Jack's a real person. Although
Another
apparently-
annoying character from Black Flag.
They apparently they I guess he was technically not alive, or like he wasn't pirating at the same time when Blackbeard was alive. I was
Yeah.
looking that up. They kind of tweaked that one. Also, he's played by Will Arnett. Extremely funny.
Which is who,
Yes, Will Arnett.
which is like such a strange
All
choice
these-
for Calico Jack, but he does a
No,
really
he
good
does
job.
such a good job.
He
Like-
does such a good job.
and like the direction they take that plot line is like so funny. It's yes, like top tier cast.
Spanish Jackie seems likely based on Jacques de la Haye, a legendary figure from modern day Haiti who took over the Caribbean island of Tortuga and made it into a freebooters republic. That comes from screenrant.com, which put that little bit of information 4 paragraphs into the article.
Look, yes.
Okay. Just fucking
Relax.
As someone who Googles a lot,
Do you
I'm
not
very
know-
familiar with Screen Rant.
Oh my fucking god, I will murder someone.
But you clicked on the article and you scrolled down.
Yeah,
I
on
was
it,
like,
so-
it's like straight up like padding. That's 1 paragraph away from the ending of the article. Okay,
That is.
I
very
know
good.
it is SEO.
If I had
it's
written
hard
an
out
article
here.
like that and Chris and Tam had seen it,
Yeah,
I'd
I
been in
would
so
like. I know.
much
I know.
trouble.
This. You have to make some sacrifices for SEO, but this is bad. Okay, the news pyramid says you get the pertinent information in the first 2 paragraphs.
No, ma'am.
Fucking
But yeah, great show.
unbelievable.
Great show.
Awesome
Extremely
show.
gay. Great,
So gay.
great non-binary
So queer,
representation
yeah.
with Jim. Jim's a really good character.
You
It's
know
on my list.
what
I
you
need to
should-
finish The Leftovers and then.
Yeah.
You know, we should watch if you like that. Pirates, One Piece, easy. Get in there.
Is it gay? Are there gay pirates?
little
in
bit,
it?
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'm
Yeah.
on board. Excellent.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, the one difference is that like Our Flag Means Death is 10 like,
episodes.
25-minute episodes,
Oh, that's
not
good.
you know,
1,000.
a billion or whatever.
I saw Lisa from Twitch.
okay.
Lisa Allen or
Yeah.
Wisa Allen. Is her.
Wisa Lallen. She's called
Wisa Allen.
Lisa Wallen.
She did a subathon and
Oh,
like
yeah.
the highest tier.
Yeah.
If she reached it, she'd have to start reading
One
One Piece.
chapter of One Piece
I'd
on a
hate
stream
it.
per week.
Oh my
she's
gosh.
And like when she posted that, I messaged her and I was like,
Good luck.
Rest in peace, you.
Yeah.
Wait. So
Right.
one chapter a week.
Yeah, she'll be done.
She won't finish
Sadly,
it.
she
Yeah,
will.
she- I'm
sadly,
afraid she will not
Lisa's
survive.
mortal body will perish before she finishes One Piece. I think, like at this point, if you're starting One Piece in 2022, you're dead before you finish. You've seen the end.
Oh,
of it.
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. I watched. There was a time where I watched One Piece maybe for about 4 hours a day.
Yeah, you
And,
watched a lot.
I
of
watched
One
a
Piece.
lot of One Piece, and I'm still not up to date. At one point, I was trying to get up to date by watching and reading at the same time.
Oh my
And
god.
and also, I was working at London Underground, so I had a lot of time on my hands.
Oh.
Okay, I was like between my shifts, like just sitting there reading. Could not make it. Could not make it. That thing's got more fillers. The average filler arc for number of filler episodes for One Piece is longer than most actual series from beginning to end,
That's too
which is
much.
wild.
That's too much.
Yeah, I mean, someone who watched a lot of Naruto. I mean, I'm very familiar with just an obscene amount of filler,
Filler.
but I'm sure One Piece handily beats it.
Yeah. Louis in the chat says, "Love Jean-Luc flexing the no caffeine Sprite."
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I mean, I
lemon
like a
lime.
nice light crisp. You know, it's like
Ooh.
it's not got too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering on the sugar and but you know, it's like, I don't know,
A Sprite should be painful, man.
it's
Come
refreshing.
On. No. McDonald's Sprite is the way to go. The most painful Sprite on the market, which is why it's the best one.
Jordan, what have you been up to?
I was talking to John Luke about this before we started. I'm like, I haven't had much opportunities to actually do any like new stuff, play anything new, watch anything new, because I showed my partner the first episode of Misfits and Magic, which is a Dimension 20 D&D show where they like just destroy Harry Potter for like 4 episodes while playing D&D, and they loved it. And so we're watching more Dimension 20 shows, and so I've just been rewatching like D&D shows and just showing like, oh, this is the Unsleeping City, this is Fantasy High, this is A Crown of Candy, and she's just gobbling it up and loving it. And now she's like, and now she's like, I would love to play D&D, and I'm like, well, this was not the outcome that I had anticipated, but here we are.
Really playing the long game. Huh?
As your manager, Jordan, I forbid you from using the word gobble again.
What's wrong with gobble?
Just don't say gobble.
In the UK, maybe is it a UK thing?
I don't know. It's just
I've said 2 words today that both UK people have been.
What was the other one? Fanny.
Fanny and gobbling.
Well, I didn't actually say Fanny. You thought that. Also, when on my way, I will be playing a bunch of new stuff or after Hollow Knight this weekend, just because as I was leaving the apartment to come here to work today, ran into the UPS guy who had my Steam Deck package.
Oh.
So about to just load up on a bunch of Steam games onto the Steam Deck, starting with Hollow Knight, and then we'll see where
Hollow
I
Knight
go.
runs really well on it.
How would you know?
I played it before I deleted it almost immediately.
Yeah. I remember when he Slack messaged me
Did he?
about that.
I
With a pause between the 2 halves of that sentence.
Well, last week I did pre-order my Steam Deck, and every day I'm like, where's the email?
Deck's out for the lads, man.
You're probably not going to get that email for a while.
No,
No.
I know.
Yeah.
I
just-
know.
There's a Valve just gobbling up those orders.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use it.
I can use it, yeah.
That doesn't seem fair.
And there's a lot of things about life that aren't fair.
One Piece, Tryland says One Piece has 86 episodes of filler. Naruto has 350. Is that accurate, anime boys?
I mean,
I wouldn't know that.
When
off
I-
the top of my
when
head.
I watched
350?
Okay.
I don't think Naruto has 350
it had
episodes
a
in total.
fucking ton. No, because the original run of Naruto,
What have you done?
like where the actual manga like ends, and then they were like, all right, well, we got to wait for a while before we actually start adapting Shippuden. So they just have like 150 episodes of fucking filler, and I watched all of it because I was
watched all of it,
sick.
too.
And I was like sick.
Like
for,
literally sick or sick
no,
in
like
the
literally
mind?
sick. I was like stuck at home for like 3 days, and I was like, I'll just binge watch Naruto. Got to the end of it, realized that it was all filler,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was like I just wasted 3 days of my life.
That says a lot, though, because like you can get through a decent chunk of Naruto filler and not realize it's filler. It's not good episodes.
No, because every
But the
episode
problem with-
was like,
Problem with One Piece
hey,
is
I
like,
think maybe this person might know where Sasuke is, and then
And
like
they go
nothing
off, yeah.
happens,
Yeah.
and they go
there
off
is
on
that
tangent.
one episode where Lee is just eating curry for a really long time.
I mean,
and
that one was,
sprinting,
sounds
I mean,
great.
that one was
which is
good.
great.
Sure.
But,
Yeah,
it
more
gave
of
us the
that.
Lee kind of like Springtime Review spin-off. But the problem with One Piece filler is the moment it starts, you're like, this is filler. I know immediately this is filler. That whole like Sky Pier arc with God Enel, which happens at the start, like it's. I remember watching that and being like, this is some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. What's going on? But yeah.
I'm not even convinced you're talking about anything real
Anything
at this
real.
point.
Yeah, we just made that all up.
Yeah.
But
Don't look at
there
me.
are some
I don't
really
want
good
to.
arcs in One Piece.
Sure.
It's very, very good.
Yeah.
I'll just take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Sky
I don't have enough years left in life
Is it
to
Skypiea?
get into
It's the
One
first
Piece
time.
now.
Yeah, it's the first time you meet God Enel. I don't think it's called Skypiea. It's called like something else. It might be canon. It sucks. Either way. But yeah, anything else, Jordan?
No, that's it.
Good. Lucy, what have you been up to?
Playing the Quarry, which we talked about, playing Neon White, which we've talked about. Oh, I did
Overwatch?
finally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the main meal of my section.
This is just the appetizer.
Can you tell I'm hungry? By the way, can you tell I'm hungry? No. So I was round at Max and Jen's on Monday, and Max just got a Quest 2, and I got to play some of Resident Evil 4 on the Quest 2, and holy shit!
You played
a VR game?
Why are you playing? Why are you being like? I just experienced the Quest 2.
No, because
got one of those at home.
no, I know, but also, I didn't want to have to pay $40 for
It's a
Resident.
good game.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to pay for it in case like it was bad and it
I
made
bought
me.
that game twice
and
by
it made me
accident.
sick.
I'm pretty sure I've bought that game like
Mike-
10
Yeah,
times
I mean,
by
how many
now.
Mark
copies
Zuckerberg
of-
robbed me twice. So, like I purchased it on the browser, and I was like, cool. And I went to it, and it was like, no, you don't own this. So I had to purchase it again.
Oh. Well, that's the thing. Can I still buy games now that I have side-loaded Beat Saber?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, that's fine. No, so I played it, and I didn't realize. I know Kurt did the review of it last year, but that was 6 months ago, and I have no memory anymore. But just like getting the shotgun from over my shoulder and
Yeah.
then reloading, and
Yeah.
it was really cool. And
Dual wielding, and you can have the knife in one hand and the gun in the other.
I had a really. I mean, we only played a little bit. I only played a little bit rather because then Jen and I watched episodes of with Trixie and Katya on the big TV.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it was
Which
very
one
nice.
says
As you
what?
do. As you
Oh,
do.
what?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
The
how
show.
do you say
Yeah, no, like that. Like
Yeah.
That's how it is, yeah.
Because it's our
you gotta,
show.
And you gotta do, yeah.
A lot of
And
people in
not
chat
yours.
saying they finally got their life together, which is good. That means they were transitioned from listening on podcasts to listening live.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So welcome
Remember?
to the fold.
See, it worked
Welcome.
last week when I told everyone to get their life together and
Get a
listen
grip.
live. Here we go.
Hey.
You'd love to see it. It's probably me. Welcome.
So Resident Evil 4, very good. I think I'm gonna buy that and play this weekend.
I'm doing that as well currently.
Yeah.
I was playing Resident Evil 4. I'm going for it slowly because I started playing it while I had COVID, which is a bad idea.
What are you doing?
You played a VR game?
while
Well,
COVID?
I was like, what? How can I make this much worse? And I was like, oh, I started Resident Evil 4. Maybe I should go back to it.
I hope
So
you just
started
like
playing.
dipped that entire headset in just like a
Disinfected
yeah,
it.
and just like a bottle of disinfectant.
No,
he's like, no,
it's
that
my
would ruin the
headset.
I mean,
It's my headset.
You're gonna like forget about it, and then like 6 months, like someone's
just
gonna
a
come over,
time
and you're gonna
bomb
hand
for
it to
someone.
them.
I don't think you know how viruses work.
Do I mean,
I don't think viruses just like stand at the doorway waiting for people to walk past and then hit them on the head.
Soon. Soon.
but I got into the another Overwatch beta. So I got to play a little bit of Janka Queen. I can't say her name properly. I have to say it with the Australian accent.
Yeah.
The Janka Queen. I like her a lot. She's wildly overpowered at the moment, which is a lot of fun. But her moveset's really good. She's really interesting, really fun for Overwatch. I feel like I've talked a lot about Overwatch 2 at this point.
You're playing on PC again, or are you using this beta to
I got
play a
both.
different?
But when I tried to play the console version, because I got my code through the UK, or at least when I applied for the code, they said which region. I was like, well, my PlayStation account is British. I have a UK code, and when I tried to play, nothing happened.
Well,
I can't believe that's still a thing that happens.
Well, I think it was
Time
just because
zones.
it was time zones and like no one was really awake. But I was having issues on PlayStation, and I don't think that's the case anymore. I think it was just my weird thing. But I'm gonna try playing this weekend. Play more of Overwatch 2, maybe tonight after stream. But I'm really struggling to go back to regular Overwatch,
Yeah.
Overwatch 1, just because 2 is so much cleaner. Like, the audio work is like, and I didn't really pick this up until I played it like the last time, but the audio work is really good. When you're playing as Anna, which for some reason I've been playing a lot as Anna recently, but like just her sniper rifle has a lot of weight to it now, and has a lot of like really good sound
Can
effect.
you do that again, please?
No, absolutely not, because I don't know what I did and I don't know why I did it.
Sound like me when I'm like really trying to get a turd out.
What?
Sometimes you gotta breathe, you know, squeeze it out. It happens. You never
How
had
did
it
we
back?
get here? What have I done? What have I done? But no, I've been playing a bunch of that. Really enjoying it. It's Overwatch. I like Joker Queen. I haven't really formulated a lot of thoughts on it since like the last time we played, because I only really played a few rounds. But I don't know. I'm excited
I
about
played
Overwatch.
some with Andy Cortez from Kind of Funny.
The Nitro Rifle.
Nitro Rifle. The other day, and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to play Genji.
Why?
So I started playing Genji. Let me tell you, I'm not a good Genji. I was getting
Not a Genji main.
like I had a platinum Genji player in my chat on Twitch, teaching me as I was doing it, and I was like, I don't think I like this character. He's very like, he doesn't feel good. Like, even when I hit people with my shurikens, I'm like, that did not feel good. I feel like I took off 1 pixel of health, And then like I was playing, I did like 3 rounds or 3 games with Genji, and then it was like I was playing Flex, and then it put me in tank, and I was like, I'm gonna play Zarya. And I switched to Zarya, and everyone else on the team was like, God damn, what's going on? And I was just like, and I was like, I played 400 hours of Zarya, trust me. Because we were playing with people who I never played with, like a bunch of Andy's friends, and he was like, wow, this Zarya is going in. And I was like, yes, I am that Zarya. The Genji guy who was dropping the ball earlier. But yeah, I might go back to, I want to pick up a new character, and like, Soldier is too. I've been playing
a lot of Ashe actually, and I think I think she's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think you could go to Hanzo?
I just don't like characters that are they die easily. They don't have a lot. I don't like squishy characters very much. Like Genji and Hanzo are very squishy.
Yeah.
I usually play like Ryan or Zarya, obviously, but I want to pick up a DPS character that I feel good about.
So I mean, Creed suggests Sojourn.
Yeah, Sojourn's another one that I could try.
She's a little squishy, but she's got a lot more mobility.
And she's so fast.
Yeah, she's fast. She's got the slide.
She's fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah, exactly. So I might try that, but Genji I think is just not my style, where it's like poking people and like just being very vertical. I just want to get in there and be like annoying.
I mean, new Sombra is very annoying.
Yeah, I do like Sombra. Maybe that's a character I can get.
Have they
into.
changed Sombra? I have not played as or with a Sombra.
No, hacking.
In any of the beta.
I think hacking is just quicker and all that kind of stuff. She's just more disruptive, basically.
Yeah, I do like being annoying and like stealthy. So maybe her, but yeah, she's it's fun. The game's fun. I'm excited for more. I'm probably going to be playing some maybe today as well. But the beta's out there. You can't get in unless you buy that weird pack, which is like $30, or you get blessed by the Blizzard gods.
If you're in the previous beta, are you still in this
one? So
okay.
you get For us, we were in the alpha, so we got converted to the beta that's available now.
Maybe I'll try more. I think I need to play with like people. I just tried playing it by myself for like a minute and was like,
join us on PC.
Sure. I'll do that.
And console. Anything else on Overwatch?
No. I did actually watch the new Beavis and Butthead movie.
Any good?
Was it good?
It was surprisingly good, and I have never seen any Beavis and Butthead before.
I wonder how it is if it's good, if you have seen a lot of Beavis and Butthead.
The people we were with, like, they enjoyed it.
Did Cornholio appear? He needs TP for his bunghole. Guy with his shirt over his head. I am Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole.
Yes, I believe he did.
No?
But that was really good.
There was a point where I did leave to go outside because I was with my friends and they had their kid, and she wanted to look outside, so I took her out and was like, hey, look, here's a tree. It's good.
Let's get away from the guy who's screaming he needs TP for his bunghole.
But like, no, it was really good. I really enjoyed it despite not having...
Someone in chat put, are you threatening me? Which is a quote from the...
And then Moobot
Moobot was like, no, delete.
swooped in. Sorry about
that,
Moobot. We have no control over Moobot. But no, I really enjoyed it. I had no idea what to expect because Beavis and Butthead has completely passed me by. I've only ever seen it referenced in other things, but I thought it was very funny.
Yeah, it's good. Mike Judge.
I was drunk when I watched it.
I mean, that's slightly...
Par for the course.
Slightly inebriated is the best way to watch Beavis and Butthead. But I've got a soft spot for Cornholio. It's a fun character. I'm Cornholio. I did a lot of that in my teenage years just to annoy people. TP for my bunghole is like just a great quote that you can use.
That you can use.
That you can use. Tell your friends, I need TP for my bunghole. Anything else?
No.
You sound so sad.
Well, I feel like I just haven't done a lot, but then I remembered I went on holiday, so
yeah,
I had a nice time.
It happens.
We're in the quieter period of game releases season right now.
Yeah.
Until everything bloody launches in October.
October is good. I pray that over the next month we hear like, oh, these 2 games are delayed to like December. I'm like, excellent, fabulous.
I love a good delay.
Gabbo.
Delay. Yeah, we've covered most of the stuff that I've been playing through. The Quarry covered thoroughly. Overwatch 2 covered thoroughly. I started streaming Metal Gear Solid 3, which is a good game still. Very good. Yesterday I fought the Pain, and then went through to the next bit, and they have those flying hovering guards. Remember they're like on those like look like they're flying on little vacuum cleaners, and I was like, I'm doing a no kill run, so I was like put one to sleep. I forget that when you put them to sleep, they fall to earth and explode. And I was like, shit, I forgot that happened. So I like went quit to main menu. It did not save after I beat the Pain. So I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. It did not save also. So it checkpointed me just before the Pain fight.
Brilliant.
But it didn't save. And when I went back into the fight, it took away my shotgun.
What?
For some reason that I already had at that point when it checkpointed. So it was like,
Today I was like,
give me the shotgun. Man. So, and that fight is way more annoying when you don't have a shotgun to get rid of the bees on him. So I'm like trying to throw grenades. Yeah, it's bees. That's right. He was so that was 2 times yesterday, but yeah, it was good. Excuse me when I die.
Oh, damn.
I've returned.
Yeah, so you weren't coughing at all when you were like so passionately like going against the Quarry. So I think like rage like subdues it.
It's Hideo Kojima, the ghost of Hideo.
Just when I talk for too
you talking
long,
shit about Metal Gear Solid?
Just joking. Yeah. So that was a good. That's a fun fight, but yeah, I played a bunch of Metal Gear Solid 3. It's good. I think I'm like quarter of the way through it now.
I
like
need
really
to get back to that.
Yeah. It's a good game.
The only thing I remember is
That was a good fight.
That was a fun fight.
Yeah. So I'll probably finish playing that on stream. Although I am starting to look for like what my next new game to play on stream is, because I don't really have anything in mind right now.
I was about to say, if you tried the Quarry, you literally just finished streaming that.
Yep. I did that in like 2 streams. Which is like was it 2 streams?
It's not a very long game.
Aren't they usually like 6 to 8 hours long?
Yeah. I did like a 5-hour stream one time, and that took care of most of it.
Yeah.
And also the last 2 chapters in the game are like
10 minutes.
Like 10 minutes, and they were just movies. Like you don't really interact. Like you just kind of watch stuff unfold.
Yeah.
So that's whatever. But yeah, I need to find something new to play. I'm just like not excited about very much. So someone pointed out also I did Sekiro. I did Sekiro in 1 stream, basically. Completed it, and it was like 4 hours or something like that, and just start to finish. It was the Shura ending though, so that's fine. But yeah, all right. Let's move on to a little game I've prepared.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Okay, it's.
I'm already nervous.
I actually nicked this from, I can't remember who it was that I saw doing this. I think it was like the Foot Asylum YouTube channel that I saw do it. But this game is called Goated, Mid, or Dead.
Brilliant.
Okay. It's going to be, this is all for bants, okay? Whatever we say here, don't be like, game developer, here's what they said about you. We're just
chat be cool.
We're just chat be cool. We're just going to have some fun. So here's how it works, okay? In this game of Goated, Mid, or Dead. We have 3 categories: goated, mid, or dead. Okay, or three designations, and then I have got 3 categories: characters, franchises, and developers. Okay, I'm gonna read them out one by one, and you have to put them in either goated, mid, or dead. Okay, there's 6 per category, so only 2 can go in each one. Okay.
Wait, are each one of us doing our own list, or do we have to discuss this as a team?
We're going to discuss it together.
Okay.
And we're going to discuss each one together, and at the end, we're going to vote on it if there's no clear answer. Okay.
All right.
Which is kind of weird. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's not good.
Well, you already
know them ahead.
Yeah, true.
So it should be us 3 voting for it if it's like an even split.
True. That makes sense. And the idea is you can only have 2 per category in each one, so you will be forced to make decisions.
Okay.
You can shift stuff around, but we'll do it on a case-by-case basis. So
I don't like how much power he has.
I was like, I feel like he's doing this to make.
Triland says audience could break a tie.
Audience could break a tie.
That's actually really
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
So the categories we have are characters,
franchises,
and developers.
Right.
Okay. Which one do you want to start with?
Characters.
Yeah,
Characters?
Characters.
Characters. First character, goated, mid, or dead.
Mm-hmm.
Solid snake.
I feel
Okay.
like he has to be goated.
I mean,
Is
I'm
he
not
goated?
I am not going on record saying that Solid Snake is mid.
If you don't though, there could be a character that you love later on that
You said that we can move stuff around.
maybe.
I don't know enough about his character to really contribute to this. I just know
has
that
a great ass.
that the games that he's in are very, very good.
He has rescued the world from the brink of nuclear war multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess then, are we arguing, is he a well-written character? Are we arguing like, no, he's just a good person? Like,
just all around, right?
It's everything. I think you take it all into account.
I mean,
I would personally argue Solid Snake is goated.
I mean,
obviously.
I'll
I
just
would
follow
too,
the
but
crowd
it's-
on this
it's-
one
it's
because I don't
less-
have enough of.
it's less is he goated and more what's coming up next. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know the fact that if we put this in goated, he's not gonna let us change it, and it's going to fuck us at some
Oh
point
yeah,
down the line.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Like-
All right, you know, I'll fall for that trap. I'll fall for
Yeah, let's just put him in goated.
I'll
So you're putting
willingly
goated.
step on this pressure plate.
yeah.
Okay, he's goated. Okay, goated, mid, or dead.
Uh-huh.
Sora.
Dead.
Oh, dead.
Oh, easy.
Dead.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
No one's gonna see. Okay.
No.
No, I identify for
I
Sora.
thought that was gonna be a little
fine.
more.
No, you're talking to the wrong group of people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even
we're
me.
Kingdom Hearts fans.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's why we put him in dead.
yeah, he is. As a Kingdom Hearts fan, I would 100% confidently say Sora is a dead character. Like absolutely.
Sorry.
Kingdom Hearts fans, like us, Sora is.
Yeah.
I will take this L. I'm
Sure.
happy to say it. I'll
We
look into
already take
camera.
the L
Which is
by
camera?
liking
Which is the close-up
big
cam?
one.
Oh, here.
Which is the close-up cam.
Oh, which one is that on that one?
That
I
one.
went
Okay.
down.
Sora is fucking annoying. Okay? Sora is one of the most annoying video game characters ever created. And I say that as a Kingdom Hearts fan. That little shit is so annoying. Never want to see him again. But he is coming back.
He is
sadly.
coming back because
Yeah.
Yeah.
the series will
he
die.
is.
He's
yeah.
dead character. Okay.
All right.
Goated, mid, or dead? We've got one in goated. We've got one in dead. Right?
Okay.
Mario.
Mid.
Mid?
Really?
Yeah,
I was
mid.
gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, mid.
That's spicy.
I think Mario's mid.
Yeah, what is he doing? He jumps
I was
on
actually
shit?
gonna go lower and do
You
dead.
No.
want to put him in dead?
It's Mario. He's nothing. Like
He doesn't.
all of his supporting characters in his games are better than Mario is. Like,
Really?
I mean, yeah.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
He is like,
Iconic. Iconic character.
But like, you're just trying to tell me that like Mario is more interesting
You're
than
gonna
like
tell me I'm
Wario or
You're right.
Waluigi.
So are you putting... Okay, you are correct, but like, in terms of impact, Mario is pretty like...
oh, you never said it was
We're-
that
we're-
good.
it's
we're-
everything. You're taking everything.
I don't give a shit about impact. I say he's dead. I put him on
the
the
character
bottom.
alone.
You putting him in dead?
Yeah, I'm putting him in
Okay.
dead.
I was gonna say
say-
mid.
I think
Okay.
mid. I think he's a mid.
Ah, you're
You think
too
he's
Because
lenient.
then we've got
I
one
am
in
too
each,
lenient.
right? We got one in
Okay,
each.
so you're putting him in mid, yeah?
Yeah. I
Okay,
think that
so far-
that leaves us in a comfortable one
Yeah,
each.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We're halfway through. Huh?
Yeah.
Goated,
This chat ate me.
mid, or
No.
dead? Sonic the Hedgehog.
Dead.
Mid.
If I didn't have to
I would-
fucking see Sonic
again,
discourse
as-
ever again,
As
it'd be
someone who grew up as a Sega Mega Drive / Genesis kid, I was Sonic all day long. I will comfortably say that character is dead, like beyond dead.
I feel
that
like I'm
character is a skeleton that keeps
Yeah.
being reanimated.
I think that about him is what makes me love him so much.
I wanna
though.
put him in
I
mid.
like love how much Sonic is just a weird corpse that Sega drags out
His
every
TV
couple
shows
years.
are so good.
And his movies are good.
The
Like-
Archie comics were
Yeah.
pretty good. They went on for a very long time. There's a lot of good Sonic out there. It's just
Yeah. It's just his
No,
games.
there
His
is.
games
There
aren't that
is
good,
good
but
Sonic
the
material out there.
media around the games
Yeah.
is much better.
Yeah.
The best thing to
Roger
happen
Craig
to Sonic
Smith is the best thing to happen to Sonic.
is Roger Craig Smith, and I guess
Jaleel White.
the Twitter account.
Oh, that is a good Twitter.
Sure.
account,
The
to be
Best
fair.
Sonic
yeah.
content.
You gotta
Roger
put him
Craig
mid
Smith.
alongside Mario.
So are we saying mid or
I will.
I would say dead.
I'll go. You two,
Are we gonna leave this
you
up to
you
the
two
comments to
You said
do
dead.
break the tie?
I said dead.
I said dead.
And you two
You
said
said-
mid. I'm gonna
I
do
said
poll.
mid.
He said mid.
Unless you wanted.
I was gonna go goated just to be contrary.
I can't go that far. I can't follow you there.
Do the mids have it?
We got two
Oh, two deads.
Two
and
deads,
a
The
one
Deads
mid.
will
mid.
have it.
So
Is
the
your
deads
dead?
have
Are you
it.
dead or a mid?
I'd probably be a dead though,
You're a
because
dead?
I don't think it's mid. Sonic is because mid to me implies bland, and Sonic is like he is either like one or he is like the other end. Like they're
Oh,
like
So
Sonic
he,
is anything
he
but
evens
mid.
out.
Yeah,
Okay, so currently
those
Disres-
games are fucking
Disrespect to
brain-wrecked.
Sonic's name.
So Sonic is currently dead. So currently we have in the goated category Solid Snake, in the mid category Mario, in the dead category Sora and Sonic. Currently the dead category is full.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
The
gonna
next
regret
one
this.
Is
Oh no.
Link.
Mid.
Yeah, Link's mid.
He is so boring though in all of his games. Fuck yeah, mid though.
Yeah, he's really mid.
He's mid.
He's very mid.
I don't think Link has ever been the most interesting character in any one of his games.
Oh.
I like his character design, but that's pretty much
Yeah,
about
makes
it.
sense.
He's mid.
He's
Okay.
cute.
He's very
Yeah.
mid. I
You going
agree.
with mid?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't
That
believe
leaves-
Link's above
Okay, so
Sonic.
where have we left ourselves for goated?
We've got one
By
character
default.
left to go into goated by default. That character is Pac-Man.
No! We
This
should have
is-
known it
this
was
is-
a trick.
This
You
is
could have
all your
put
fault.
Sonic in mid.
This is all your fault.
You could have sided with me and
Sorry,
been on the
Mario,
right
but-
side of
but Pac-Man
history.
was too goated for you.
put Pac-Man into goated over Mario, which is insane behavior. This is.
There's only one person we know who would be happy about that. Oh, my
my
god.
You do have. I've given you access to 2 swapsies,
Two swaps.
so you could use a swapsies now. If
That
you
sounds
want
way
to.
too close to a certain
But
word.
once you pass this category, once we move on to the next category, you
it's
can't come
locked.
back to it and try and swapsy. So right now, if
But is
you-
this two swapsies for the entire game or just for this?
for this
category?
entire game?
Oh,
Okay.
I
I would
almost.
I would leave this alone. though.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
leave
with
it, leave it,
this,
leave it,
yeah.
leave
You're
it. Let's
leaving
save it.
I want to keep our swapsies.
I would love to switch it so that Pac-Man can be lower, but I feel like you're gonna really fuck us later
Yeah.
on in this game.
For the record, I would swap Pac-Man out of goated because that is
Yes,
Well,
I
you
would.
too, but-
You think I want him there? Even Miss Pac-Man's better. Like what the fuck? Any of the ghosts would have been better.
Clyde especially.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Inky Dinky Pinky
So
Clyde.
that category ends
Also known as
with
Sue sometimes.
Mhm.
'Cause I guess-
that category ends with in the dead section Sora from Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah.
Sonic from Sonic.
Yeah.
In the mid section, Mario and Link, Nintendo classics. In the goated section, Solid Snake and fucking Pac-Man.
Yeah.
This is wild.
Oh,
I hate
okay.
this
What
already.
have we
Incredible.
done? What have we done?
Next is the franchise category.
Oh god. Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Goated, mid, or dead.
Mm-hmm.
First up, Call of Duty. Is it goated? Is it mid? Or is it dead?
Man.
I'd say mid.
I'd
The
say
legacy it's
mid.
had. Yeah.
I mean, like the legacy, sure, but I think there's been
It's just
so
all-
many of them, and it's swung so wildly that I think it comfortably lands
In mid?
in
Mid.
Mid.
I
for me.
agree.
Yeah.
That feels fair.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, mid. I think that's even with Warzone.
Yeah.
Like Warzone's a pretty big deal now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
Apex
don't
is
play it.
better. So like,
It's not wrong. It's not wrong. Are you comfortable with mid then?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you play whatever the fuck that last one was called? I don't remember.
The last Call
Was
of
it a Black
Duty.
Ops game? I can't
no,
remember.
it was
Modern Warfare?
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
The
Oh
most
my God.
mid game I have ever played.
Yeah. A lot of
Apologies
people
to
in
all the
chat are saying
friends we
dead.
know who wrote the story for
Yeah.
that game.
A lot
To
of
be
people
fair, I didn't
saying
play
good.
much of the campaign.
Oh.
Just the multiplayer.
The multiplayer was very mid. The campaign was alright.
So we're comfortable with mid?
Yeah.
Okay. Goated, mid, or dead? Resident Evil.
Oh, goated.
It's got to be
Goated? Oh, goated.
Really?
Yeah,
Goated.
absolutely.
So many
Considering
bad Resident
There's
Evil
been a lot of bad
games.
Resident Evil
There
games.
has, but to me, like, I mean, there's been 4. we've had like 7.
2 remake is good.
2 remake.
7's
1
good.
remake.
1 remake is good.
1 remake is like one of my
But then
favorite
you've
games of
got
all time.
Operation Raccoon City. You've got.
I'm good on you for not saying Operation Raccoon Shitty, which is
I've done
I
that
could
one.
tell.
What if we
you
put
were
it
thinking about
mid
that.
and we maybe use one of our switcheroo things like?
Later.
Well, we could just
later.
leave it in goated then.
You can also even go to Switch.
Yeah.
So you want to put it in goated?
I would say go.
Yeah, because
I'm
we.
so
When
aware
do we
of
get access to the switcheroos? Like at the end of this round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
So, okay,
You
so
paused.
Yeah.
Let's put it in goated for
You
now.
want to put it in goated?
Yeah.
That feels high. That feels high for Resident Evil.
Currently, we have in mid Call of Duty.
Yeah.
In goated Resident Evil.
Mhm.
Goated, mid, or dead. Final Fantasy.
All of them? Fuck.
I mean, that's also in the same way of Resident Evil. That is a highs and some flows.
I don't know. I feel like
Is Michael Hyam in the chat? Because I'm scared
I
for
feel
my
like there's
life.
more highs consistency. Considering how many games there are, like what are the lows of
Final Fantasy is
Final
Final
Fantasy?
Fantasy VII, which is arguably like we in the last podcast. One of us argued about the devastating effect it would have if Final Fantasy
Yeah.
VII was like
Did not
taken
exist.
off the
To
board.
be fair, we didn't bring it up, but if we had gotten rid of Resident Evil 4, that would have been.
Not as bad, I feel, as Final Fantasy
It'd been
Yeah,
pretty
it'd been rough,
devastating.
but
It'd been
I
real
think-
rough.
yeah.
No Gears of War.
I'm
Dead Space.
kind of with Tam that I feel like Final Fantasy VII. There is a Final Fantasy. There's been more positive from it.
Yeah, even the
Than
spin-offs
negative.
are like half. Like Resident Evil, you do a spin-off and chances
You
are
get
it's
Kingdom
going to be shit.
Hearts.
You're right.
Whereas Final Fantasy, you do a spin-off, you end up with Tactics. You end up with Crystal Chronicles, which is good. You get Kingdom Hearts, I guess. There's a lot of like good spin-off Final
You
Fantasy
get some
games.
Smash characters.
Yeah, you get.
You know
like,
what? Yeah,
is
you're
it-
right. You're
yeah,
right.
so like I feel like, I don't know. What do you reckon? Goated, mid, or dead?
I think goated and
Goated
we can
alongside
reuse-
Resident
Yeah,
Evil.
I feel like we're gonna use a swap on this.
Okay.
Just trying to look at Tam to see if he.
Okay, so currently we have mid, Call of Duty, goated, Resident Evil, goated, Final Fantasy. There's no more room in goated.
Mm-hmm.
There's only the rest of these games are either mid or
We haven't had.
Yeah,
I'm
we
now,
haven't
I'm
had
now
dead
scared that
yet.
we put Call of Duty too high.
goated,
yeah, we can
mid,
swap
or
that.
dead. Grand Theft Auto.
Oh.
We put mid. It has to be mid.
You're putting Grand Theft
Well,
Auto
because
in
we
mid?
can use a swap.
As opposed to
I'm-
dead.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm actually okay with this because I'm not a huge fan of Grand Theft Auto. So like for
All
me,
right. Look, I'll admit, we should probably swap Resident Evil and Grand Theft Auto.
And did you watch the Vice City speedrun on GDQ?
No.
Pretty good.
I should watch that.
The Mass Effect one was.
The
Hurricane
Mass
Jazz.
Effect one was
Hurricane Jazz in
amazing.
chat says Vice City is 100% goated. There's a lot of good not
Final Fantasy.
Grand Theft Auto games that are probably goated. 3 is goated.
I think they're
I
all.
say
they're
three
all- I was gonna
basically
say they're all-
changed
they're
what
all-
Yeah,
open
changed
world
what
games
world
would
games
be.
are.
I think the only one that's probably not like amazing is
What, like one
The
and
very
two, maybe?
first one?
the 1 and 2, the ones where they were figuring stuff out.
Like Chinatown Wars on DS was okay. I
Chinatown
guess.
Wars was good, yeah. It had some interesting things. in
You know,
there.
both 3 and 5 are revolutionary, and 4 is just good. Like,
Yeah, San Andreas is like amazing.
Yeah.
Vice City's amazing. Yeah.
So we're saying mid. Grand Theft Auto
I mean,
is mid.
yeah.
For now, until we can swap it.
Okay. So currently we have in mid Call of Duty. and
Fuck,
Grand Theft
whatever's
Auto.
left is automatically.
Goated, Resident Evil, Final Fantasy. By default, the next 2, because of the choices here, are dead franchises. Okay. Halo.
Oh,
Is it a dead
That's
franchise?
fine. It's fine.
you can kind
It's
of
fine.
argue like the current
I'm sorry,
trajectory of
343.
Halo
No.
I think
Put
it's
it at the
okay.
bottom.
is
Yeah.
kind of in. It's kind of going there.
You're gonna say like Mass Effect for the last one, aren't you? Or something close to our hearts.
I thought he was gonna do some like Souls, like from software.
He wouldn't do
Soulsborne
that.
game.
No, I would never.
He would
let my own
never.
darlings die. So we're good with Halo and Dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so the final slot for goated, mid, or dead has by default gone to Mass Effect.
Fucking knew it. Fucking knew
Dead.
he would do this.
You
According
motherfuckers wanting to
Lucy
put Resident
James
Evil
games.
as
According
high
to
as
Lucy
it
James
is.
games, Mass Effect is a dead franchise. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It's just
No, put Resident Evil and goaded.
I mean, to be fair, the last thing that happened in Mass Effect
Andromeda,
was Andromeda,
which is
so like,
absolutely dead
which is
franchise.
fantastic. Which is a great game.
Well, but I guess as well though, the last thing.
Solid 7 out of 10.
The last thing though was the Legendary Edition, which was
Yeah,
great.
Legendary
Yep.
Edition is great.
you know,
yeah.
if they hadn't announced that they're working on 5, then I would have actually been more comfortable saying like, it's dead in the sense that they're probably never going to make another
Never
one.
make another
Yeah.
one.
And yet,
Yes.
And yet.
But yet they are.
So the current ranking is in dead.
are
we
you
have-
dead?
I am. I'm definitely dead. I'm in dead. In dead we have Mass Effect and Halo. In mid we have Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty. In goated we have Resident Evil and Final Fantasy.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I
though.
feel like Resident Evil and fuck, it has to be moved down, but then
Well, here's
shit.
it's do we swap Resident Evil with GTA or do we swap Resident Evil with Mass Effect, putting Mass Effect in goated, but then Resident Evil has to be dead.
See, that's
I
the
don't
I
feel
want to
comfortable putting
put
Resident
Resident
dead.
Evil down one, and I want to put Call of Duty down.
We can't do that though,
I
right?
know.
We have to swap.
Well,
them.
no. How
Yeah.
many swaps
Yeah,
do you say we get?
We have two, so
Two.
we'd use both of them
Yeah,
to
if you want to
fix
do
this
if you want
completely.
to if you want to use you got one if you want to use both of them in this one to fix it,
God.
you can.
All right, which one do we care about more saving? Mass Effect, I
Resident-
guess. But
Mass
then
Effect.
we can't switch Mass Effect with Resident Evil because that puts Resident Evil at the bottom. We have to switch it.
I
with
would be
Call of
happy
Duty
if Mass
then.
Effect is mid and we swap it with Call of Duty.
Yeah,
So you'd
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you
Because
wanna-
it still has
you
a
wanna
lot
make-
to prove with the new
Yeah.
installment.
You know what? I'm comfortable with that.
So you want to make Call of Duty a dead franchise,
yeah.
Yeah.
and Mass Effect a mid franchise,
Yes.
Yes.
and you're comfortable with that?
Yeah. It's the
Yes.
it's the lesser.
Okay. So currently, as it stands, is
The way you
compromise.
say, "Are you comfortable
Yeah,
with that?"
I don't like it. It's like he's some kind of therapist. And I'm like, oh, and how did that make you feel?
so,
Like afterwards, it's gonna be revealed that like you're gonna like send this to all these
yeah, I'm
developers.
sending this. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put this
is
out
he
as a
tweeting it? Is he tweeting it?
infographic. I'm gonna put this out with an infographic at you all in it and say like
Fucking
this is
chat
what these laws say.
screenshotting, and it's like you would never guess what.
So the final standing for this is dead franchises, Halo,
Mhm.
and Call of Duty. Mid franchises, Mass Effect and Grand Theft Auto. Goated franchises, Final Fantasy and Resident Evil.
We could have swapped those.
I would have.
We fucked that up real bad.
Yeah, this is really
God.
weird. That's a weird list.
Maybe
But
it's a
it
weird
is-
game time.
Yeah. I know.
All right.
Final category: goated, mid, or
Oh,
dead.
these are the developers.
Developers.
Shite.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no.
Some of these are our friends, Tam.
Nintendo. Goated, mid, or dead.
Can I say mid?
Yeah, I was thinking mid.
Why? Why
I
are you
was
thinking mid?
Because for as good as their games are, I think they have some really draconian practices when it comes to like
Draconian, wow.
the way they treat like emulation and the way that they like shut down fan projects and how they just kind of like
Don't even like stuff on YouTube.
don't like stuff on YouTube. Like I think they are in a lot of ways a very outdated company.
I would agree.
And I think that leaves them comfortably mid, despite the high quality of their games.
Despite fantastic games.
So their quality, the games are high quality, but they're less consistent these days.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Like you get there was a
Pokemon
time
does
when
not
every-
hit nearly as
Pokemon
good
don't
as
hit
it did.
hard
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh,
Like,
Nintendo Online, True Heart in the chat.
Yeah.
Their entire approach to
Nintendo
online gaming.
sucks, yeah.
Real
Mid.
Real mid.
And then like even like some of the games are decidedly like Mario Strikers, for
Mid.
example, mid.
Wii
I
Sports.
forgot that game even came out.
Switch Sports, sorry.
Switch Sports,
Yeah.
mid. Sadly, apart from volleyball.
Apart from
apparently.
volleyball.
There we go.
I just saw in the corner of my eye. Slow.
Like, what the fuck you saying?
Head tilt.
I'm willing to agree with mid.
I
Yeah,
agree with
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Bowling's also good.
Okay.
Voice chat via your phone.
Yeah.
Mid.
Goated, mid, or dead. Capcom.
They've made some bangers
Considering
in
that
recent
Resident
years.
Evil is in the goated category.
Well, okay,
games.
so
Really
I would
shot
say
themselves in the
there
foot
was
there,
a
huh?
period in the mid 2000s where Capcom was like fucking
Nosediving.
in my
Yeah.
opinion. But I would say in the last like 5 or 6 years they have they have
Climbed, yeah.
climbed back up.
Because
Upward
they're
trajectory.
top
doing
tier.
pretty good on multiple fronts.
They
One,
are.
their new games are good.
Yes.
Like their remakes are good.
Mm-hmm.
They're surprisingly good at like making sure that older games are preserved because their Capcom collections are pretty good. Like they're all,
Oh, yeah.
they just put out
Yeah.
like a bunch of Darkstalkers games. They're always collecting things. Their remakes are obviously real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're doing good on a bunch of fronts.
But boy, did they in the mid 2000s. There was so much
They
like
had some-
fumbles.
Yeah.
The
had
way
some
they were
rough
treating
times.
Mega Man.
But I feel like they've recovered. They recovered
Yeah, they did.
well.
They did recover, but yeah, there was a period there where it was
Yeah, they've got Monster Hunter,
real rough.
which is looking which is still in a strong spot.
Oh yeah.
They've got a few games that could be interesting, like Exo Primal, for example.
Yeah.
Is
Not the
like-
Dino Crisis that we all thought it was,
Yeah,
but
Oh, Exo
could be
Primal.
interesting.
Yeah.
They just announced Dragon's Dogma, so they're like giving fans
Hey.
what they want.
yeah,
Dragon's
Resident Evil
Dogma.
4.
There's
Oh,
gonna
they
be
have Mr. Blue says they have the Resident Evil engine,
4,
which
yeah,
is
RE engine.
Cool.
Street Fighter 6 is looking great.
Is that enough to make them goaded?
Did you guys know that the RE engine doesn't stand for RE engine?
Yeah.
what?
It stands for
So
Reach for the Moon
Reach for the Moon
engine.
engine. Yeah. That's why
That's
it's got a
upset
moon
me.
logo, right?
Yes.
That's upset me.
I was very upset to learn
since
that.
I learned what Thetis before.
The Dragon Age setting.
Yeah. So we put in Capcom.
I put him goated.
I don't put him in goated.
Goated on the stack.
You know what?
I put him goated.
Goated. That means currently we have in mid Nintendo, in goated Capcom.
Hell yeah.
Goated, mid, or dead Sony Santa Monica.
Ooh.
Oh God.
I don't.
It's an interesting
actually
one because
Hmm.
they have mainly made God of War.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Which is a. They've made good games, but they only make really like one series
Is the
of
power
games.
of that one series
Yeah.
good enough though?
Which, by the way, has been the capital D discourse has been,
It's been tragic.
ridiculous. It's been
It's been so dumb.
embarrassing.
don't understand. I just don't
I told you,
understand.
man, gamers.
Yeah, the gamers are. They
We,
be
we
wild.
don't deserve anything. Developers should stop giving
So,
us
like-
stuff.
Sony Santa Monica making the God of War games. However, they also work on a bunch of other titles, ranging from Unfinished Swan to like The Order 1886 and
Oh really?
Escape
Wow.
Plan,
Yeah.
Flower. They've worked on
Wait,
Chains
really?
of Olympus.
They just
yeah,
help out there.
Just
Yeah.
like helping. Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
they're like they've helped out with a bunch
Wow.
of major games. Like they helped out on the Pixel Junk games, that Princess,
Underappreciated. Jeez, I didn't realize.
Twisted
Yeah.
Metal, Escape Plan, Journey,
Yeah.
Starhawk.
But I feel like we can't put them higher than mid.
They also helped out on a hit video game called PlayStation All Star Battle Royale.
Legend.
It's just so hard because like the two that they're currently going up against, like Nintendo and Capcom, are responsible for such a wide breadth of
Yeah.
successful
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Which
But,
isn't
like,
like
God of War,
no dish to Santa Monica. Like the games they make are
Yeah.
pretty good. It's just it's a much narrower focus of
Again, I say the game is weird. I mean, I'm really enjoying the game. It's forcing some tough decision making,
Yeah.
but it's constrained
in
by the
dead?
rules. No.
No, I'd say mid. But the problem is, I don't want to be stuck in that same category we were last time, where we just automatically
This is
have
a game
two
about
things in
making hard
dead.
decisions
Yeah.
blindly.
Yeah.
This is all I'm saying is I have created a game that has more tension in decision making than the Quarry.
I feel like I'm
That's all I'm saying.
I feel like I'm
Okay.
playing poker and Tam knows
It
all
took
the
me 10
hands
minutes to
before
make
we even
this.
play.
Yeah.
How's that? Supermassive.
We could cop out and ask chat to vote.
Oh yeah, let's ask chat.
Okay,
Chat.
I'll do
We're
it.
asking chat
Wait.
if it's
Cold.
I would like to make my one call to a friend
Yeah.
and ask chat.
All right, chap.
Sony
what friend are you
Santa
calling? Oh, I've got
Monica
like over
is-
100 of them currently.
Okay.
Uh,
Poll is in the Twitch chat.
You've got 1 minute
Got 1
to
minute.
vote where the Sony Santa Monica goes in goated, mid, or dead. Ooh.
Oh, it keeps going between
Ooh,
like
it's
50.
like between mid and goated.
No one has said dead.
No one said dead yet. One
Oh,
person
probably-
said dead. Here we go.
I appreciate you, one person.
Mid is currently winning. Dead is catching up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is a really tough game that I really enjoy. Oh,
Oh, dead is winning. Mid is winning.
I'm like, I can't stop watching. It's like the polls.
Yeah. Creed says 2018 is really carrying this dev hard.
Yes,
They
it
were-
is.
2018 was the
That's the
last
thing.
time I knew peace.
Because before that, they had God of War Ascension.
Yeah.
Ascension's not as bad as people make it out.
It's
to be.
not as
But
bad
it's
as people
not
make it out to be,
great.
but it's not great.
Yeah, the multiplayer was completely like it's the epitome of why do you need this?
I look at Ascension the way other people look at
Oh.
Mass Effect
Mid
Andromeda.
Mid.
goes
Mid
out.
one.
Uh,
That was
that's fair.
close.
All right, mid.
Okay, mid. That means currently in mid we have Nintendo and Sony Santa Monica. There's no more space in mid.
Oh.
In GOATed we have Capcom.
Yeah.
Well, that means we've got one spot left in GOATed and then 2 spots left in Dead.
Oh, God.
GOATed, mid, or Dead? Arcane.
Goated, how fucking dare you?
See, now I feel like we've put
Now we're
Santa
gonna- but now
Monica
we're gonna-
too high.
we're gonna be
We've
back
put
in-
Santa Monica too
Yep.
high. Why'd you motherfuckers want mid? I told you to.
We trapped ourselves again.
I tried to save us. I gave us all the lifeline, and you spat in my hand.
You've
What
We
the
have a
fuck?
swap. We have
You have activated my trap card.
But I saw the trap. I tried to give guidance.
You know how I feel about this,
Yeah.
but I'm not getting involved in this one.
It, like Lucy said, like Arcane's just
Like almost perfect games every time.
yeah.
Like
except for Prey.
except for Prey.
no,
Well, no, according to Tam.
according to
Tam's
me.
review.
especially Prey.
Prey is great.
Prey is
I like Prey more than I like Deathloop.
same.
That's fair.
Yes.
100%. I like it more than the
reviewed that
first
game and it broke
Dishonored.
in so many ways that were confusing to me that I'm
And I haven't
like,
played the second Dishonored. So I
I do not
not
want to be.
played
No,
Dishonored?
I don't want to be one of those
No.
people who
gotta
are like,
play
"Oh
them.
my god, you need to play this game." I think you'd really enjoy it.
Dishonored 2 is incredible.
It's a really good game.
Yeah, it's
can't.
like
So I've been
fun.
told.
Play as Emily.
So I've been told.
It's good.
But it's
You
like
should play Death the Outsider as well.
That is a great
Yep.
DLC.
He plays
Good DLC.
Billy Lurk. Extremely good.
Yeah.
maybe.
So Arcane.
Go
Maybe I'll
ahead,
play
absolutely.
it on the Steam Deck.
Are we going for GOATed?
It does work on Steam Deck.
Yeah, it works well.
Hmm.
Lucy is pushing
Can I
for
put a
GOATed.
fucking moratorium on Steam Deck chat until I get mine?
Yeah,
You've
well,
influenced me
do
to
you all
pre-order
agree?
it.
Prey
Yeah.
is one of my top 10 games of all time. It has
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arcane
alright.
has to be goated.
Yeah.
GOATed?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
That means the slots in GOATed are filled.
Okay. What do we get?
Okay.
Monica's too high.
That means
From Software's gonna be in there. You
No,
know
he
it.
wouldn't do it. He would
No,
not.
because he didn't make that decision. We made it. He's putting that on us.
Yeah. These are all your crimes, not mine.
crimes.
Currently, we have in GOATed, Capcom, and Arcane. In mid, we have Nintendo and Sony Santa Monica. That leaves 2 slots in Dead, which we have decided the first of the developers going in there is From Software.
Knew it.
Fucking knew it.
Santa Monica's too high.
Please, so you think...
But that, the thing is, if we swap it,
you
that
think
means we
From
just have to
Software?
say it's mid.
So you've put in From Software into Dead, which
We still have a swap.
you have a swap.
A
You
single
have a
swap.
Who's
Okay.
who's the last?
But what if
tricky thing
the
is
what if the next one's
If
even
the next
worse?
one's rough for you, okay?
Yeah.
That's the difficult thing. Then that means like if the next one is a difficult one, then you've got one swap, so you can only take one of these developers out of Dead. So as it stands, we have in GOATed, we have Capcom and Arcane.
Mhm.
In mid, we have Nintendo and Sony Santa Monica. In Dead, you have put in From Software, leaving the final Dead slot to go to Atlas's Persona team.
That's fine.
Oh, what's their name for them? Aren't they just called like the P team
P
or
team,
something?
yeah.
Yeah,
P Studio.
B Studio.
Atlas's Persona team.
that's fine.
In Dead,
That's fine.
the team that gave us Persona 3.
I was gonna say
Persona
the
4,
game that gave us a
Persona
lot of the
5.
transphobic stuff in some of the older Persona games.
Persona Q. Persona Dancing
Wait,
All Night.
wait. In the older Persona games?
Is it Persona?
Are you thinking of Catherine? Oh no, Persona 4.
Four,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a bit, yeah. No, you're right. It does.
Yeah.
Rip.
Are you comfortable with that?
I want to save From Software. I will
I mean,
not save
yeah,
If I had to
Atlas.
pick one, I would have to.
So you're
Are
cool,
we swapping it with Santa Monica?
you're cool with putting Persona team in Dead?
Yeah.
We didn't say
The,
we're cool
the
with
creators
it.
of my favorite game of all time, Persona 4.
We didn't say we were cool with it.
I mean, yeah, the right choice is.
I gave you that lifeline with
So
Santa
you got-
Monica.
I agreed with you. The chat made that decision. I was with you.
Chat, why? You led us astray.
You can now choose to move one game into a different category.
Okay, we have to move from. We cannot live that down.
We switch it with Santa Monica. Move
Yeah,
Santa
I'm
Monica
happy-
down
I'm
from
happy with
software
that.
moves to
Yeah.
mid.
Yeah.
Calls from software. I feel like that's a fate worse than being
What,
called
saying they're mid?
Mid. Just
Calling them
insane.
mid.
So From Software is now mid, and
Yeah.
Santa Monica is dead.
Yeah.
There you have it. The final tally is
I don't feel good about
dead.
this.
Sony Santa Monica dead. Atlus's Persona team mid. From Software mid. Nintendo goated for some reason.
Wait, we didn't put Nintendo in GOATed?
No,
No,
he's
mid.
going.
They're mid.
Goated.
Oh.
Goated is Capcom and Arcane.
Yeah.
There you have it. Goated, mid, and dead. Done. As a recap, the goated characters.
So we put
were Solid
feel-
Snake
Capcom,
and-
Nintendo, and Santa Monica all too high.
You know, it's a hard game. Some people make mistakes. You know, you have to just
Everybody
live with
makes
them.
mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody has those days.
That was the game. Thank you for joining us for
Ugh.
goated, mid,
I'm
and
stressed.
dead. It's a stressful game. It's a very,
That's
very
good.
stressful game. But you know, it's fun.
For
Okay.
who? For who, Tam, is this fun?
I mean, for me,
Is the
mostly,
chat having
yeah.
fun?
Yeah, mostly. I'm having fun. But there you go. That brings another episode of the GameSpot After Dark podcast to a close.
Do we want to do questions?
Do we have?
We got a
questions?
couple.
We had
We had a
one
couple.
pretty good question.
There's none in these documents.
Oh, that'll be
Sorry, I mean,
Wait,
that's
wait,
my
wait.
fault. They're in the Discord. There's a.
That'll be
That's a pretty
fine.
good question.
Let's do
from
some
one
questions
person.
then before we
Okay.
wrap it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
So,
we have some time.
oh, okay, Maria, I'm sorry, we missed the Steam Summer Sale. So, your question about what game should I buy in the Steam Summer Sale?
None.
None.
Hollow Knight.
None.
Hollow Knight will be on sale again next year. It always is.
Until the Silk Song comes out. Tryland says, what are the 3 games you have the most hours played in or think you do?
What are the 3 goated games that? No, I'm just
The 3 games that we know or think we have the most hours in:
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket League, Apex.
Mhm.
I know for a fact those are 1 and 2.
Ooh.
3 is probably Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
yeah, just by
Yeah.
default.
Yeah, just because of how
Still haven't finished it.
how long it is, and the fact that like its first DLC is like 20 hours, its second one is like 30 hours, and its last one it's like, oh, here's like a 50-hour
Dude,
DLC.
I opened the map on that game and then I turned it off, and I literally like I opened it and I was like, I'm good. And I had that as a launch game for the Series X, and I was like, no, I'm right.
No, Odyssey, not Valhalla, not the Viking one.
Oh,
the Cassandra
okay,
Alexia
yeah, yeah, yeah.
one.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, I'm talking
Yeah.
about
Valhalla is fairly long, but I think Odyssey exited out just
I played a good
little
30 hours
bit.
of Odyssey.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But yeah, Rocket League and Apex are definitely up there for me. Because I think I have a month's worth of time in Apex and 3 months worth of time in Rocket League.
Interesting. Mine would probably be Overwatch, Counter-Strike, and probably Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Checks out.
I think Bloodborne is probably the one. I could probably chuck in like Street Fighter, one of the Street Fighter games, because I've played so much of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But I think it's probably Overwatch, Counter-Strike, and Bloodborne.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
fuck,
about
how
yours?
many times have
Mine
I
would
played
be
Mass Effect 2?
Mass Effect 2, Destiny 2, probably Destiny 1, but that's too sad to put both Destiny games in there. So I would say the other one would probably be Persona 4,
Mm-hmm.
because I played that game like 3 or 4 times.
Damn.
Oh wait, it's not Assassin's Creed. I forgot about Halo Reach. I played an absolute shit ton of that in
Oh, you know what?
college.
It might be Halo 3 actually. Would be one of their. I
It
put
could be one of the Super
lot
Smashes
of
that I
time in
played
Halo
as a
3.
kid, but I have no way to track
Yeah.
the time
That's the
of that.
thing,
So
I
it's
don't.
like,
Yeah, when the PS5 added the ability to finally see how many hours you put into like PS4 games, I
Humbling.
went and checked Destiny 1 and I was disgusted.
What was it?
It was like 2,000.
see the sick part of me on
you spent
X
a lot of
on
time with
Xbox.
that
It
on.
lists
That's true. A lot
how
of
much
that
time
is
you
just
played in
looking up.
comparison to all of your friends,
Yeah.
and it even gives you badges like, oh, you're in 3rd place, you're in 2nd place, and you're 1st place. I'm like, fuck not, I'm going to be in second or third place. I'm like, I need to play this game for like 40 more hours to be number one out of all of my friends.
Oh my god.
So what were your ones again?
It'd be Halo 3, Destiny 2, and then probably Mass Effect 2.
Okay.
Mine would be in reverse order, probably Mass Effect 2, then Overwatch, then The Sims.
No Red Dead?
No, I
Only played it once or twice, right?
no, I've put like thousands of hours.
Yeah.
Like and it I hate the fact that I can say this. Thousands of hours over the last 20 years
Into The Sims.
Yeah.
into The Sims.
You know, if I
like
could-
Sims 2.
Sims takes your life.
Sims
like.
2. Dude, and you know what? Fucking today they announced a high school pack, and I
Yep.
was like, just when I thought I was out the candy pack.
So which Sims have you played the most? Is it
2.
okay?
2 is
Yeah.
everyone.
2
Yeah.
is the best one.
I put a
easily.
lot of hours into 1 as well.
Yeah, me
I
too.
remember we had
I had
like,
every
we
expansion.
had every expansion. We just played it.
I remember putting a lot into 1 and then just being like, I can never do this again, and so I never played 2.
But
and
2 was
4
like
is
the
finally good.
improvement
the curse has
from 2
never taken me though. John
was
Luke, so-
amazing. Oh, 2 is so good.
Oh, 2 has got too many expansion packs, I remember.
Oh, well, just
The
you
IKEA
wait for
expansion
4.
pack, the Katy
Christ.
Perry.
IKEA. And
just-
I was working retail at the time, and like we had a solid like 3 or 4 cupboards devoted just to
The IKEA expansion pack.
Sims expansion packs.
Yeah.
Because people were just buying that shit non-stop as well.
No, Katy Perry was Sims 3, right? Was
Sims
where they added the Katy Perry songs?
The Katy Perry, so she, okay, I hate that I
She did
remember.
the Simlish song.
She
right?
did
Yeah,
a
it's
Simlish.
amazing.
She did a Simlish song in 2, because that's when they all started doing that, and she had like one of the videos.
Oh, it was 2.
But Katy Perry's Sweet Treats was for 3, I think.
I need to send. I found. Oh fuck! What's the name of that song? It's an Eminem song.
Stan,
No,
without me.
no.
Oh, Katy
But
Perry did 2.
Somebody recreated in The Sims 2 an Eminem song, but the characters were Sasuke and
God.
Sakura and Naruto.
What?
You get what your conscience?
What?
Is it
And Naruto was Eminem.
Oh my
and
god.
it was
I hate that.
it's so good.
sounds
I have
That's
to,
cursing
I have
knowledge.
to send it later. It's my favorite video I found.
Oh my god.
Okay.
But no, Katy Perry did. She released Hot and Cold for Sims 2, Apartment Life, and then she did.
Yes, the apartment one.
And then she did Last Friday Night for Katy Perry Sweet Treats from Sims 3.
Yeah, that hot and cold one. Banger.
Bam. Oh, the best one is Smile by Lily Allen.
Oh,
That one
yeah.
in The Sims is good. Oh, and Pocket Full of Sunshine by Natasha Bedingfield. I know too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, final question, because I think this is a really good one. Ben B. First, I want to say I started listening to the podcast back in February of this year, and I am only 10 episodes away from being caught up.
Damn.
Okay, first off, what dedication to actually go back and
I know.
start from the beginning.
You're
Thank
binging
you.
our content.
That's
It's
crazy.
151 episodes.
Yeah. You guys gave me so many great recommendations that my backlog filled up even more. Anyways, I've started a new Elden Ring run with the Seamless Co-op mod. It's basically a complete overhaul of the co-op in Elden Ring, gets rid of all the area fog walls so you and your friend can explore with ease.
Oh.
Wow, I
Yeah.
would play
Who wants to play?
Elden
Let's do
Ring
that.
with that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
I
do it?
might do that.
I might do that with you.
What? Co-op mode?
Yeah.
On PC though.
The
obviously.
I
other
would buy
part-
it on PC again.
The other part is when someone dies, the summoned person doesn't get sent back. They just respawn in the host's world.
Yes.
It also gives you the ability to do randomizer/modded playthroughs without getting banned from regular multiplayer.
Ooh.
Creed says it's very easy to install. So Ben's question is, have there been any mods or DLC that you've played that have changed a major part of the game that made it that much more enjoyable without breaking it entirely, or to where it is almost an entire, a whole other game?
Ooh, I'm the wrong person to ask this. I'm
Ooh.
a primarily
There
console
was a
guy.
time when-
Fucking Mass Effect elevator mod, baby.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There was a San Andreas on. Was it one of the? I can't remember which GTA mod or GTA it was, but there was GTA on PC that the people
Made
basically modded into
That's
what it became now, like what GTA RP is now.
Yes, that was San Andreas.
San
Yes.
Andreas, yeah. So
That is an
people were.
incredible
That's
mod.
it was a crazy mod where people were just like logging in and then just acting like their character. So if your character was a cop, you had to play a cop. If your character was like there were people who worked like the burger stand, and there were people who were like, I am a road cleaner, and I play for 4 hours just sweeping the road. And there were other people around who were like making sure that people were actually doing their role, because they were like, if certain people stopped doing things, like if the cops stopped chasing criminals, and the garbage men stopped picking up the garbage, the city would devolve into madness. Like they had actual like simulation stuff where it was like the city's full of garbage because the garbage people are just fucking around doing missions and shit. They're not actually. And like I remember being like, this is wild. This is a GTA MMO. And now obviously it's like that's just role playing. That's GTA RP. Everyone's doing that.
Everyone does now. Yeah.
Which is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I install a lot of custom content on The Sims.
Oh yeah.
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 Georgia and I.
Yeah, Georgia.
And Callie have a group thread.
I was like looking. I've seen only like the modded version of Sims 4 now for so long that I like forgot what base Sims 4 looked like, and I was like, she showed it to me, and I was like, it is disgusting how different it looks. Like it's like these get these old like vanilla ass Sims models out of my face. They are ugh.
No, I'm not annoyed, but like I had a full modded Sims 4 game on my laptop, and now that I've got my PC, I cannot easily move that shit. I'm gonna have to restart everything, which is fine. Like I'm honestly kind of excited at the prospect. Also, there's a big sale on Sim stuff at the moment, and I hate myself. But no, so that's probably like the game that I have modded the most is The Sims. But also like I used to be on Skyrim mods quite a lot.
Oh sure.
And I've done they obviously did all the modding themselves, but there's some really cool shit on there, like new quest stuff, a lot of just like quality of life things in Skyrim in particular, like with regard to sorting out the inventory and all that kind of stuff. So I would say I don't think I could play vanilla Skyrim now. I probably would go back in and mod it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm that way with Fallout New Vegas. Like there are so many mods, just like simple stuff that's just like better skylighting and better like aim down sights and gun models, and just like there's so much you can do to improve that that game experience. So it's hard to pinpoint like one mod.
Yeah.
I'm super into like total conversion mods, where you just like completely like make a different game. So like there's the Skyblivion people who are like recreating all of Oblivion in Skyrim. They've been doing like monthly updates, and it is insane how good that looks. I mean, like Jacob,
yeah,
of course, my bad. He made a video a few years ago, like talking about it, and like I think they're just now they're getting there. Like it's probably actually going to come out pretty soon, and it is like amazing how good it looks. Put the man up
for a follow-up video.
Yeah, I was like just grabbing the video that.
It's a really good video.
It's
that
amazing.
one and
it's one of my favorite cities ever made.
He did a Fallout one too, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Fallout
he talked
Miami.
about
Yes,
he talked
Miami.
about Fallout Miami and Fallout Frontier, something like that. There's like a Colorado expansion as well. Those have not made as much progress, or at least like publicly have kind of gone dark as you do with a mod, where you announce a mod and then you go dark for like 10 years.
Oh, there's a Dark Souls mod that's coming out.
Oh, something. I know it's. I know what it's called. I forget the name offhand.
I forgot what it was called. Nightfall.
Yes.
Which is
that looks really
wild.
cool.
It picks up at the end of the game.
Like you
And
start
then-
the
So
game.
it's like a sequel to
You
it.
see the
When
main
you-
character like light the flame.
Yeah,
and
you can
then
see them light the flame and kill Gwyn and light the flame, and then you carry on from there. And it's got like entirely new enemies, entirely new areas, it's got entirely new abilities. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's a fan made sequel to the original Dark Souls. But yeah, I'm excited to check that out. I don't think it's out yet.
No, I think
I've
there was like a
heard
demo
of it.
you could play or something. There are like people streaming it.
I think it's out. Maybe.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, Nightfall.
Speaking
Is it
of,
out?
is out.
Maybe.
Speaking of
There's a
Dark
game to
Souls
stream.
ones.
There's
Yeah.
a game to stream. Yeah.
There you go.
Or you could do so speaking of Dark Souls, the Dark Souls 3 mod where it takes every piece of text in the game and runs it through Translator 50 times and then back into English. The McElroys played it on an episode of Monster Factory,
yes,
and it is
Yeah, it's wild.
unbelievably good. So if you want to make that difficult for yourself, it's very fun.
Yeah, I think I might play Nightfall. Interesting. Okay, I think that brings this episode of GameSpot After Dark to a close. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. If you're watching live and you haven't already, please do hit follow on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/GameSpot. We will be doing more streams. We're going to be doing a bunch of different styles of stream as well. We've been talking about maybe doing a Lego building stream soon, where we just hang out and build Lego together.
That'd be cool.
And answer,
Build Bionicle
chat and stuff. If you are listening to this later, maybe come over and hit the like button on Twitch. But if you're a podcast person, make sure to subscribe and rate and review us wherever you are. Jean-Luc, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me at Jean-Luc Sepke. I'm not up to too much, but yeah, just want to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in live. I did add a link to like subscribe to the podcast if you're like a first-time listener. And then if you are also a audio only listener and you're in the Discord, or if you want to just hit me up on Twitter, I'm always looking for feedback. I want to make sure that like the audio only experience is still a good one. I don't want the live version to hurt that experience. So if you guys feel like there's issues with that, like please let us know, because I want to take that stuff seriously and make sure everyone's having the best experience with this podcast possible.
Yes. Jordan, how about you?
You can find me on Twitter at JMRamay. I have a few features that just went up on GameSpot. One about Gotham Knight devs' decision making when it came to deciding which Robin that they were going to go for, as well as a loud plea to Respawn to just not release any new content in the next season, and please just fix the game. I beg you so much. I have a few games that I've been previewing over the past week that I'll have write-ups for in the coming week, so just be on the lookout for that.
Nice. Lucy?
I am on Twitter at Lucy James Games. Same username on Twitch. Doing a bunch of stuff on GameSpot and Giant Bomb. In terms of GameSpot stuff, it's mostly behind the scenes, really, for the next couple of weeks. I'm working on some exciting projects. And then over on Giant Bomb, we've got Jeffs, and we're shooting another episode of Very Online Show next week. I did figure out what I'm going to talk about, which I'm very... That's the worst part of the show, is trying to figure out which weird part of the internet you want to single out for an episode.
So many options.
There's so much of it.
It just keeps getting weirder.
I was about to say, it'll never end.
Everyone just log off. No. And so, I'm potting around, and I'm just going to, sleep for the long weekend. Hope everyone enjoys. In America, if you have the long weekend.
Please be excited to
Please be excited.
America at this
time. Sometimes you just have to take the day off and just not think about why you have the day off.
It's a holiday to protest capitalism. That's what I'm treating it as. I will not work across these days. That's what I'm saying.
But will you spend money on...
No, absolutely not.
No money.
I'm spending my money on chicken wings and nothing else. I'm on Twitter as Tamoor H, also on Twitch and anywhere else that you can find me. Also working on a bunch of things behind the scenes, as well as the same Giant Bomb stuff. The important thing I wanted to mention is Key 3 t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
They are available now. You can buy the Key 3 t-shirts because you asked for it, so we did it. Now, don't do that thing where you're like, well, we don't actually want this, because that will make us look very stupid. We were like, hey, people actually want to buy this, so maybe we should give them the opportunity. You can go to store.gamespot.com, where they're available in their like a pre-sale capacity.
You can still buy the skateboard too. What the hell?
You can buy a lot of things there. Yeah.
Tam, I also included a link to the bootleg Key 3 t-shirt.
Yeah, don't buy that.
I want you to read the description and the one review.
Oh, okay.
There's
a review.
There's a review, and
oh my god.
There's no way. Oh, there is a review.
There is a review, and I want you to read that review.
Oh my god. So the website is DM King T, and the product listing is Tamoor Hussain GameSpot Key 3 2020 shirt. It's available for $22.99, down from $24.99.
A whole $2 cheaper than our version.
The description is... Oh my god.
You might not be able to read the whole description. It's a lot.
The description for this t-shirt is... It also depends on if it is a climate that require you to bring more deer snow boots, raincoats, umbrellas or not. My first school was in Southern California and did not require water or weather equipment outside of sunglasses. The second with lockers was in Canada and sometimes did require weather equipment. Neither school had digital copies of books. They both had a mix of classes that had books you could borrow and those that make you get the Tamoor Hussain GameSpot Key 3 2022 t-shirt. But in fact, I love this book. And most of my classes wouldn't
This is
have
the
let us
description?
What is this?
use electronic copies because you're not allowed to use your phone/tablet/laptop in class. That could have changed though. I did graduate like 8 years ago now.
What is this?
It keeps going.
It keeps
It keeps
going.
going.
Yeah,
I don't understand what it goes
there was
to. And I
also the
would,
Tamoor Hussain GameSpot
I'm
Key
going
3
to cut you off right here
2022
because this
shirt.
is like 10 more minutes.
Yeah. I just want to read this bit here. But in fact, I love this ever-present concern of theft at my first school. That's
Bit rich.
Yeah, a bit rich. And then the first review comes from Diane Morinsky, who's a verified owner of this product.
Mm-hmm.
It was submitted on June 10th, 2022.
Was that even before we even revealed the t-shirt?
We revealed it before we started selling it, but not for Diane. The review is excellent, great quality, perfect for an orange freak son. Many thanks.
An orange what?
Orange freak son.
Perfect for my orange freak son.
Many thanks. 5 stars.
What?
Okay, wait, hang on. So I'm clicking on related
I'm going to
products.
start saying that now.
Perfect for my orange freak
I
son.
am everyone's orange freak son.
Wait,
don't
wait,
like
no.
this.
I don't want to say that these reviews are fake, so I clicked on another one. We've got one from Tina Buening. Fast, effective, and good quality. I should hope a t-shirt is effective, Tina. But then we got Rachel Kennedy. If you want a groovy t-shirt, these are the people to use. They, T-H-A-Y, are great. I will keep coming back for more.
We have to stop this
I
podcast.
just wanna-
We have to stop this
Before we go,
podcast.
I just want to point out, I carried on reading the description for this t-shirt, and about midway through, there's this line. A bully counts on nobody to have the courage to stand up to them, so that's what we must do. For example, give a warning and tell them in a firm voice, even if you don't feel brave, I'm going to say this once. Knock it off or it won't end well. If someone throws your stuff and tells you to fetch, grab them by the back of the shirt and shove them hard towards whatever they threw to make sure you yell, you threw it, you fetch it.
I'm sorry.
No, Lucy, no.
I'm sorry.
We need to stop,
No,
Lucy.
I'm sorry.
Lucy,
So,
please.
if you go through the carousel at the bottom, it shows like related pictures. And I'm sorry, but I clicked on one that is a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog pointing guns at the person. And at the top it says Vampire Weekend. And beneath the picture of Sonic, it says Sonic says no to fascists and racism.
I want that
Wait.
t-shirt.
Racism.
I want that t-shirt.
Okay.
I want
well,
that t-shirt too.
Also, just the final part of this review, this
my
description.
God.
The final part of description. Okay.
I'm sorry, Steve Harvey left a review on this
Good job.
Sonic shirt.
The
so-
final part of the description is also be prepared for bullies' parents, saying, how can you accuse my sweet angel of bullying you? I see where they get it from. Being busted may be enough to shame these bullies from not bothering you again. You might want to file a report with the local police. These girls will end up either suspended, expelled, or in jail where they can't bother you anymore, and nobody will see you as an easy target after that. What a wild
There
ride this
is
has been.
So much to
Anyway,
take
go
in.
buy the Key 3
Anyways,
t-shirt.
yeah. Store.gamespot.com to buy the official Key 3 t-shirt. It's $24, relatively cheap, and it's good quality. So please enjoy. And we will see you on the next live episode of GameSpot After Dark, the podcast. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.